Well, welcome everybody for the second session of the Central Coast Sevens, brought to you by the University of Newcastle, Destination New South Wales, Central Coast Council, and of course Kinesio, BLK, and all the other associated sponsors that bring this wonderful day to the Central Coast. Of course, if you do want to get involved in our coverage for the afternoon session, get on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, hashtag CC7s for all your social media. Of course, hashtag Bar TV Sports, or like us on Twitter at Bar TV Sports, bringing you this wonderful coverage of this wonderful two-day tournament here in Wyong. Live from Morrie Breen Oval. Of course, we do have the other field going at the moment as well, field number 2. So get on our YouTube page if you want to check any of the other sides over. Of course, Field 1 is the home of the party box, and my co-commentator Pete Jolly, he hasn't rejoined the party just yet. We'll expect him up here soon. Maybe he's partying over at Wyong Leagues Club, which you can see in the backdrop there. Doesn't mind a bit of a slap every now and then, Mr. Jolly. In any case, the first game up in this afternoon session is the Aussie men taking on the Tillow Old Boys. The Aussie men suffering a shock defeat early on, as we see Jenkins lead them out. He didn't start the last game. And James Stannard, the veteran, close behind him, taking on the Tillow Old Boys. Of course, the Tillow Old Boys, they're made up of a combination of players and clubs led by their coach, Ciosi Atiola, and of course Andy Friend. Coaching duties for the Australian side. They'll be disappointed. The standout for the Australian Sevens side was Tom Kingston in the last game. He'll be starting from the bench this time. Stannard will have the ball kicking off. And it's going to be an exciting match, a match which the Australian side really need to win if they are going to keep their hopes alive in this tournament. Of course, massive prize money, parity prize money for both the men's and the women's side of the draw. And a great things done by Craig Morgan, the curator of this Sevens tournament. And here we go. It's showtime as the ball goes up high. It's taken in the air. No, it isn't by the Tillow Old Boys. Flicked inside, infield there. And Sam Kaslik gets the ball wide early on. Kennywell, we know he's big and strong. He puts the foot down and runs straight and direct. As the ball comes out now, Stannard trying to use the width, direct the troops around. As Van der Wan, inside ball. There's space, there's opportunity out wide. They'll have to use it. Tillow Old Boys, they scramble, but they won't need to. Jenkins, the captain, scores the try. So, immediately, the Aussie Sevens side making their intentions known. They were a little bit dishevelled in the first game, a little bit cobwebby, one might say. And they go over in the corner, Jenkins, one of the veterans of this side, along with this man, who'll be loving it this year with the cloud cover. We've had a couple of sunny years, and he's turned out quite red after the match. But in any case, he misses the conversion. 5-0's the score. Stannard comes back for the kick. Be interesting to see where they go. They probably go towards Myers, the big number 3. They do, and he gets up, taps it back. Nicely taken. So the Australian side, Myers now stepping forward, going through, but the knock-on will be called. And we welcome Peter Jolly back into the commentary box. Peter, where have you been? You've been over the club getting a meal, mate.
Mate, I've been networking. Everybody has said they'll come up in the next half hour or so, mate. So, yeah,
so it's going to be a real party.
So it will be a real party. I'll get them to bring the candles up. But, yeah, Australia, good start for them, 5-0. So let's see if they can go on with it as we expect them to do.
Well, you've been out there amongst the crowd, Peter. What's everyone saying about the tournament?
Mate, they love it. They love the fast, pace, ferocity of the contest, and that's definitely what's bringing them through. And they're here through their thick and thin. It's going to be probably a damp afternoon, but their umbrellas are here and they're enjoying the moment.
Well, here they come now, the Australian side. Connor Mitchell straightens the attack, pops a nice ball inside, but just can't go with it here. The Aussie men's Myers on the outside. Oh, good tackle there. Tillow Old Boys haven't had much luck with execution so far. As Stannard goes wide, Jenkins, good combination, shows, spins away from the tackle, goes inside, and Jenkins will get there all the way by himself.
Oh, Jenkins, he can do what not many other players in 9 in this tournament can do, and that is exactly do that.
The pirouette. We haven't seen it all day, Peter.
The pirouette man. He is named as the pirouette man. We'll go with that as well. Fantastic little pirouette. And let's have another look at this pirouette, Gareth. Maybe at another time. But it's 10 points to 0, and I'll tell you what, just imagine what we just seen. That pirouette was fantastic, mate. I'd give it a 9.5.
Yeah, I'd definitely, if I was any sort of judge, gymnastics or ice skating, it's a 9.5 in either format, mate.
Good stuff. 10-0. Wow. This is good stuff by the Australians. The dominant force. And the dominant force they are here against their opposition, as you did expect. So this will give them a bit of possession back now, their opposition. Let's see what they can do. Trying to crack for their first try of the afternoon here. We were 20 minutes late coming in, but we've caught up with it because we've had that lunch gap narrowed, I guess, by 20 minutes.
Yeah, we didn't really. The last couple of years we've had no gap, so we appreciate the organisers giving us some time to get a sausage sandwich as the ball almost comes free. There's Stannard backing up as always. So now the ball's going to come wide. Myers on the far side. Myers, he's got a bit to do, but he gets around one. He gets the ball on the inside, and that is a try. Sam Kaslick goes over.
Oh, great one by the Australians again. Razzle-dazzling the fans here this afternoon. Gutsy display. They're taking charge of the situation. They're not turning anything over, are they? They're just getting the ball and showing everybody else in this tournament how it's supposed to be done. And it's 15-0. Now the kick from the sideline to probably cap off an absolute beauty. Can he do it? Let's find out here.
Well, he's one of the better kickers in world rugby in the series. And it comes around and looks like it's straightening. And wow, over the black dot.
Oh, wow, bam. He can do no wrong.
Stannard, the veteran, of course, getting great combinations out there with this side, and now this looks like the Australian side we've come to know and love, Peter.
But even place kicking it from the touchline's hard enough, let alone drop kicking it from the touchline into a mighty gale.
Oh, Myers goes up. That's a great take and great regather there for the Australian side. It's been all them so far. The Thunderbolts, as the ball comes out now. Looking to go forward, Vanderwan finds a bit of space, opens up, gets away, gets clear, and he will score a try. Can you believe it?
Can you believe it? I don't know. It's a point a minute plus more. He doesn't even want to put it down. He's trying to milk down the clock until a player comes over and tries and bamboozle him, but bamboozling he couldn't do.
Well, he
just
bamboozled
put it
everyone.
down. He did.
He's even bamboozled us up in the box.
What is it now? 22-0. This is a carve up here in the Maury Breen Oval. And the flags, well, they go up. An easy conversion. What is it now? It's 24 points to 0 as we look at the replay again. Massive gap. And the
well, you can only imagine Andy Friend, the coach, he must have delivered some sort of rocket, Peter, because they've come out like different players in this second match we've covered here.
Definitely.
On Bar TV Sports. Of course, get in the game with us at Bar TV Sports. Hashtag Bar TV Sports. Of course, our broadcast partner, Top Better. Get in the game with them. Visit them at topbetter.com.au. They've been supporting us all year on Bar TV. And, of course, it is Cox Plate Day today. I'm looking forward to that. But I'm looking forward to this too.
Nice defence coming through by the Australians. They've got to run, and they need to run quick. I don't know if they're going to capture victory from here. That's probably the impossible mission. But a little bit of respective on the scoreboard could be nice, but unfortunately they've just turned it back over to the Aussies, and now they're doing a little bit of razzle-dazzle.
So here's Stannard. Stannard had Myers outside, but goes inside to Vanderwatt. As the ball comes out, Myers looking for the long ball. Here's Jenkins. Jenkins, bumps off one, gets away. And this is a nice stuff here by the Australian side, and the space opens up. Can he get over the line? No, he can't. Connor Mitchell tackled over the touchline, and that will be half-time, Peter.
Yeah, half-time, 24-0. It's the biggest margin that we have had at half-time throughout the entire tournament so far. But the Australians, they are on song from the get-go. They scored that first try in the first few minutes. They are probably the unbackable favourites here today here at Morrie Breen Oval. So let's see if they can go on with it. Let's see if they can crack 50. I suppose that could be a target. But I guess also one of their targets would be to stop the opposition from scoring today and, make them scoreless.
Keep them to nil, Peter. I guess they'll need to score a lot of tries here in this second half. And 50 has to be their goal to get the for and against leading into the tournament. They dropped their first game. So it'll be interesting to see how the other teams perform. I guess the only saving grace for this Australian side is that all the other Fijian sides are so evenly matched. And so they can go anywhere, these games.
Yeah, well, we've seen them pick up, 4 tries in the first 7 minutes. So, 50 is easily within their radar, I guess. So at the moment, as you can see there on the right-hand side of the screen, they're just in the huddle. They're probably saying, guys, let's just go on with it now. Let's crack 50. Let's aim that for that. Our goal is 50. But for the other side, well, they've just got to stop the onslaught, don't they, from the Australians, because they are in red-hot form.
They certainly are, and there's plenty of injured players for this Australian 7 sides. They've all come up. They've all travelled. They're up in the far corner, up the end there.
That's for sure. We'll get a shot of that if we can. But not a bad crowd in here right now. The rain has gone. And if you're in the area, get down here to Morrie Breen Oval on the coast, because we've got another 4 hours of scintillating rugby 7s coming your way.
So here we go. It's the second half here in the second session of this day 1 of the Central Coast 7s tournament. Nicely taken by Vanderwatt. And they look to spread the ball. Kaslik goes wide straight away. Tim Anstead as they go towards that far side. Kennewell, he's taken down. He's been good on the edge, Kennewell, so far today, as Stannard now gets the ball. Looking to use them outside, turning Jenkins on the inside. And there's another inside ball. Connor Mitchell, gets a lovely ball away to Anstey, and Anstey straightens up, has to pop the pass, gets it to Stannard. Stannard goes wide, and that is a great try to Kennewell.
Oh, Kennewell. All the great players make it look so simple, but he had the easiest of tries he'll ever have in his rugby career right there, as you're about to see on the Destination New South Wales replay coming up right now. It was just a matter of putting it over the line, and that's all he had to do, pick it up and drop it over and plant it over. And here's the kick from the touchline. He's nailed them from all around the park this afternoon. Can he nail this one? Not this time. So that doesn't matter, though. Australia up by a convincing lead, 31 points to nil.
Yes, certainly is. Stannard couldn't kick his side in front. It's 31-0 is the score. As our scoreboard still coming back from lunch. So, obviously enjoying the facilities here. Our production crew. He may have driven off with the OB van as Tillow old boys take it forward over the halfway. 31-0 the score. And here's Stannard with a steal. Oh, I should have gone wide there to Jenkins, and
referee got in the way.
Referee got in the way.
Falcon, first Falcon, I think, Gareth. Hit him right in the noggin. Right on the nose as well, mate.
Yeah, certainly did. It's come into the popular vernacular, hasn't it, the Falcon? It's stemmed from rugby league, but it goes to covers all sports now.
It's in the Oxford Dictionary, isn't it, I believe?
Certainly in the Urban Dictionary.
That's for sure. That's one of the, I guess, commentators' best prerogatives is making words up on the run. So who knows what will be in the 2020 commentary.
Gee, I don't know about me, Peter, but haven't made up a word since 1974. And as the ball comes back to the Australian goal, the Australian Thunderbolt side playing in the gold, and they go wide. Kennewell showing some steps. Oh, look at that, bumping off one of the Tillow old boys. They're up against it. They go flat. Looking for support out wide, may not need it. Oh, gets a nice little ball around the corner to Kaslik. Kaslik turning his outside man on the inside. Here's Jenkins in at halfback. They go towards the left. Kennewell's on the outside. They go into contact. He gets it now, Kennewell. What can he do? He can go for the gap. Gets a ball away over the top. They'll need to pass it to Jenkins, and Jenkins will score off a nice ball from Tim Anstey.
Yeah, easy as you please there for the Australians. When they are in hot form, they are red hot. Demonstrated right here this afternoon in this match. 36 points to nil. The biggest margin that we've seen on field one here this afternoon and into the morning as well. So they are on song, as we mentioned, for a score around 50 plus here as the replay is coming up here. Look at this. Just support your man carrier and we'll do the rest. Easy as you please. Well, he was able to kick one from the opposite end of the field in the first half. Can he do it from the northern end? Unfortunately, the wind has just picked it up and sprayed it across the left-hand side of the fence. So no change here, but it's still 36 points to nil. Still got 2.5 minutes to go in the second half.
Well, big news too coming out of the first session of play today here. We've broken our day one first session viewership. We've had 4,000 unique viewers, which means there's probably about 12,000 people around the world have watched our first session broadcast here today. So thanks everyone out there for tuning in to Bar TV Sports coverage of the Central Coast Sevens. Make sure you retweet, make sure you get it out there for everyone to enjoy. And if you can't get to the game, make sure you share the stream, because this is some of the best sevens that you'll see in Australia at the moment.
So let me just go through a few things. We've seen the quickest rugby sevens try in history a few years ago, and now we've seen the biggest ratings of the tournament in history.
Well, it keeps growing as Kingston now takes the ball forward. I mentioned before you were here, Pete, he was the best for the Australian side in that first game. Coward coming on, showing the ball on the inside. Has the touch football background, Coward, and they're causing havoc on the far side as Connor Mitchell lets the ball go into touch. And it's a great effort by all involved here, the organisers of the Central Coast 7, the sponsors, University of Newcastle, Destination New South Wales, and of course Central Coast Council and Kinesio. Everybody involved putting on a great tournament here, and we're always happy to be up in this party box.
And there's the Aussie girls up there mixing it with their friends from the Australian men's side as well, all up there having a bit of fun in the afternoon cloud.
Yeah, the injured players up there certainly looking on. But this side warming up, and Kingston now looking for the quick one. He takes it as they go wide. And here's Kennewell. Kennewell dive for the corner for another great try.
He knows how to score them from there. That's just another, passage of catch and pass. And the Australians, well, it's 41 points to nil now as the bit of sun tries to break through here for the first time at Morrie Breen Oval here on the Central Coast.
I can almost feel it on my skin here.
We'll get a suntan.
Feels good. Bit of vitamin E here today in the party box as we look at the replay here. And Kennewell, all he had to do in the end is a fall over, and this is a very good performance here by this Australian men's side. They certainly have come back to play as we see Coward now coming back to the centre of the field. And there's the try scorer on screen in Kennewell.
Of course, last year we had Fox Sports' commentator Greg Clark's son here as well, mate.
Yeah, Cameron Clark, he commentated, but I think he may be out injured here today. So we may get him back in the box up here tomorrow. He was very good. And it was the same day as the Aussie played in the World Cup as Tillow Old Boys. Now they open up, and here they come. Oh, ankle tapped in the end by Coward, showing good pace to get across. Latua, he looked like he was in for sure. And now the ball comes across. Juggled at his feet there, almost gave himself away. But now they come forward, and Kennewell getting involved, and here's Kingston looking to set up some play. Coward on the outside. We know he's quite quick. We saw it just before, but he's going to go all the way, and he won't even have to get out of third gear, Peter.
Well, we wanted 50. They'd be getting closer, aren't they, Gareth? They're 4 off that now.
Well, less than a minute remaining. It's going to be a tough ask for them to get it, but they will probably get one more kick against the Tillow Old Boys.
They'll throw this one over from right in front, and that's exactly what they do.
Well, they're going to call the game up here. The mercy rules come in before full time.
So our next clash, that was full time. As we have a look at the replay, that will end that clash. 41 points to 0. So we're turning over the games very fast here in the afternoon session. So while the Aussies are coming off, we've got the police side coming on, playing the Australian development side.
Yeah, that's right, the Australian development side. And this is a very good side as well. There's plenty of players that you'll recognise their names, like Joey Fiddick, Charlie Taylor, Sam Croak, Richard Wolfe as well. They've all come into this side, and they're all big names. Joey Fiddick in particular, we've seen him in the Super 20s on Bar TV Sports. We've covered a lot of Joey, and he's an excitement machine.
And also, I guess, too, Gareth, for the Australian development players, a chance to press their claims for a start in the World Series team too. So,
well, we're going to go down the sideline quickly for an interview there.
I think he's ditched us.
Yeah, we were talking too much there. In any case, we might go back down to catch her when she catches someone else.
She loves to fish them in, that's for sure, as the Australian development squad looking good up the middle here.
As the ball comes in. In any case, they're looking pretty good so far, this development squad. Mac Jones in the 5.
The police, just for our afternoon viewership, one of the strongest and most successful teams in Fiji, and police are champions of partner event, the Fiji Coral Sevens as well. So,
well, here they go. Sorry to cut you off, Peter, but the Australian development side, they're certainly proving that there's not much developing to do as they come up against this Fijian side who now, they streak away, and this is going to be a try. And Matai opens up, and he scores in the corner against the run of play.
Yeah, fantastic work by Matai. Look at him go over, 55 metres. They were not going to catch him. The Australians weren't quick enough to catch him. And this is how it unfolded here on the Bar TV Sports instant replay. Just take a look at this. There's the gap. He went to the gap. He put the foot down. He ran straight past the halfway line. There's the support from the Australians, probably 15 metres to his right. He knew he had this pace and the ability to get the try. The first try for the police side. They're leading by 5-0. How's the kick looking?
Yeah, 5-0. He missed the kick. But that was totally against the run of play there, Peter. So now, the development side, they look good with ball in hand. And they go deep, the Fiji police side.
So the Aussies here, inside their 22, Gareth. Let's see what they can do. They need to sparkle. Who will they look to sparkle? Will it be Taylor? Could it be Jones? Could it be Croak? Who will it be here for the Australians? We know that they can execute a play and run fast like the wind. Let's see if it can unfold here. This is exactly what we're speaking of, but unfortunately it closed down just outside their 22. So the Aussies now continue to pump the left-hand edge. Where's their winger? He couldn't quite get to the football. And they dropped down. Penalty, though, Gareth, 22 metres out from their own goal line.
Yeah, viewers out there, they can see that it's still quite greasy out there, even though the rain has stopped for some time. But this Australian development side, they do look pretty good with ball in hand. It's just readjusting and realigning. Oh, that's going to be a let-off there. Now the Fiji police side, they've got to readjust for the counter-attack here. They're just not, the awareness just quite isn't there for this Australian development side. As now, they're forced to defend on their own line. Oh, that's a penalty, so good win there. As they take the quid tap, going up, there's support on the outside. Stepping off the right, Charlie Taylor. He's been good so far. Mac Jones, as they go wide. Looking to cause some trouble out there is Bennett Leslie. Bennett Leslie gets them to the 40 as the ball comes in. Fred Durrow. Of course, another one of those Queensland Super 20s players. And oh, it opens up here, Pete.
Oh, Durrow's inside the 22. He's got support. Mate. Oh, where's Croak? He's got the football. And he's put down there by Tabuli. It's still, they've turned it over back to the Fijians. Don't let this man run. He'll offload. Don't worry about it. Better hold on. We've called it back, Gareth, on the 22.
Well, they look dangerous with the ball in hands, just defensively. Because they've come from that 15-a-side format, a lot of them are still learning the game as sevens. They're just not quite there awareness-wise with their defence at the moment. But ball in hand, gee, they look exciting, don't they? Sam Croak, of course, he played for the Country Eagles last year. You know, he's played for Randwick. Plenty of calibre, plenty of potential for these guys. They've all played at a very high level. Liam McNamara is another one, the kid in the 9 jersey.
Well, this is why we've got the stoppage. Trying to replace his boot. So he's got one yellow one and one orange one. You don't see that every day of the week, but you've seen it here in the Central Coast Sevens, which is great to see. So the scrum will pack down here just outside the police 22-metre zone here. The Australians are spread deep to the right-hand side. Which way will they attack? They can go left or right. Ball's on the ground, kicked ahead by the police side. They've scooped it back up. It's still on for them. This is where they can create space out wide on the edge. But the Australians there, Gareth, they're awake to it. And they're brought down. Oh, they're still scrambling for the ball, both of these sides. A penalty will come to the Australian way here. About 5 metres in from the eastern touchline. So they take the tap and get on with it. Back then out of Croak. He charges towards the line. He's inside the 22, Croak. And he's dropped down. Here they come again. Oh, no, a penalty this time the other way to the opposition.
Well, he's all-class Sam Croak, and he almost won himself a Waratahs contract, but chose to come into the Sevens program. But very well rated, highly rated amongst the hierarchy of Australian rugby. As Durrow comes across, just can't get to him there. Fred Durrow, only just a bit of push and shove to young Mac Jones, Australian under-20s captain, coming into the Sevens side, playing in that under-20s World Cup this year as well. Here's Fred Durrow with the ball, playing in the unfamiliar role of hooker, throwing the ball in. And this ball goes in, so Fiji looking to counter. 5-0 the score. Here's Matai. Matai, plenty of pace, scored the try in the first half. Oh, it is the first half. And that's going to be called a knock-on against the development side. This half has seemingly gone on for a long time, Peter.
Yeah, it seems a lot more than 7 minutes. You're quite right.
It's been end-to-end stuff. It's been exciting.
It has been, and we've seen one try. 5-0, as you see there on the top left-hand side of the screen, to police. So a scrum will pack down here. Australian side of halfway, 5 metres in from the Joe Bishop stand end of the field here at Maury Breen Oval. Police will feed the scrum, and let's see what they can do. There's the attacking, well, not an attacking weapon coming up here. It's a defensive weapon here for the Australians. If they're going to stop the opposition from going in here, well, they've lost the ball. But referee here, he's just going to pull something out of his sock here. He's pulled out a yellow card.
That's what he's pulled out. A bit of cheese as Fred Durrow spends some time on the sideline now.
Okay, so a penalty.
That could be a big mistake coming into half-time with the man overlap. They'll have the ball and they'll have one more crack at it here, the Fijian police side. They turn it, go back towards the short side. It's on our wide. Just overrunning the play there. They're very good on the counter ruck there, and they come up with a penalty. They'll need the quick tap. Sam Croak. That's what he's in the side for. And now the ball goes wide. Nice palm there. Mitch Felsman forcing the ball out, so they'll take into half-time, 5-0, and neither team in it or out at the moment, Peter.
Yeah, that's right, only a converted try in it. But let's go downstairs. We've got an interview down on the touchline for Bar TV Sports.
So, thanks guys. We're here with the charity partner, Jackie from Sport Matters. So, how are you going? What are you up to here?
Hi, nice to see you today. We are a charity partner for the Central Coast Sevens, and we're really happy to join this event for the second year in a row. It's a fantastic celebration of international rugby, and we're all about supporting rugby, particularly in developing countries, so it's a really good fit for us.
And you're running all sorts of programs around the world, so how does rugby help development?
We're working together with some partners in Asia through Child Fund Australia and also the Lao Rugby Federation. We started a Sport for Development program which really uses rugby to teach life skills, especially for boys and girls in the north of Laos, which is really exciting. The program has expanded now to Cambodia and Vietnam, but still for Laos, we're here encouraging people at the Central Coast Sevens to donate a fair trade rugby ball to support this program.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jackie, and we're back to the game. Thanks.
Yeah, great job down on the sideline. Always great to give the sponsors a plug and seeing what we can all get involved with. So we're underway for the second half.
It's a good charity. Sorry to cut you off there. Sports Matters.
Yeah.
Great charity, doing great things, building communities through sport. And that ball comes in as the kickoff goes towards the sideline. Croak comes up with it. He's been an absolute standout in the first half, Pete.
Yeah, he sure has, Gareth. And let's see what the police can do here. They're leading by 5 points to 0. We've only seen one try in this entire match. Are we about to see the second one right here? You can put your house on this one, that's for sure. And going away is Cora Gassa. He'll go all the way and reach out and plant it down. Second try, 10-0 with a kick to come, Gareth Wozick. How good was that? We wanted a try, and we got a 60-metre blinder, and it all started right here.
Well, Cora Gassa, didn't he put on the Gassa? Because no one was coming closer to him, Pete.
Yeah, look at that. He had a bit of work to do in the end. You know, he was trying to get away from Bennett Leslie, the Australian number one, but he made it look so simple. There's the conversion. He's got it. So the touch judges raise their flags. So the Australians are now down by a 12 points to 0 deficit.
Yeah, 12-0 is the score. So the development side, they're up against it. They're a young side against the experience of this Fiji police side. And as we know, as we've said, they're one of the premier club sides, sevens in Fiji. So it's a brilliant thing to have them here in the tournament. But that kick, that doesn't even go 2 metres there.
Yeah, that's not the best attempt to get us back underway here this afternoon. So the Australians now 12 points to 0. They're down by on the Bar TV Sports scoreboard. So they're down by 2 converted tries. So it's all in front of the Aussies. Are they about to start their campaign right now? The ball's on the ground.
Well, Durrow comes across and cleans that one up nicely, cutting it off. Let's see what they've got here. Joey Fiddick. We've mentioned he's very quick. He's probably one of the quickest young players in Australian rugby. This is why he's in this development side, but he loses the ball there. So now the Fijian side looking to counter-attack.
Look at them counter-attack, all right. They're away. Great scrambling defence by the Australians, but they're unable to put him down. And Tabua, he's going to go 40 metres and score another try for the police. Well, it's 17 points to 0. Can the Australians come back from here?
Well, I don't know. I think it might be beyond them here right now. But this is why the Fijian police side is the favourites for this tournament. They know when to turn it on, and, well, didn't they turn it on here? We thought the play was over. He skipped out of that, threw the dummy, and strided away, and no one was coming close to him, especially the man on screen, Bennett Leslie.
There's a few big blokes out there in tallness, but I'd say he has to be the tallest player out there for Fiji. So let's have a look now at the conversion. 10 metres in from that eastern touchline towards the southern end. It's waved away, so no change here. Australia yet to register points here. They're down by 17 points to 0. That try was that man there on screen.
Well, he's going to have a well-earned rest now. He strode away 40 or so metres and had a bit to do as well in it. As the kick comes, we can see out there, you can see the flags in the distance. The wind has certainly picked up here as Leslie Bennett now gets the ball inside. Sam Croak backing up well, but he's got no one else there in support. Just not getting there, the development side. Fred Durrow was on the outside, but the little kick goes through. Just couldn't pick it up there. Unlucky to Navarro.
Well, as you can see there from the banner, the wind is behind the Australians in the second half here. So the wind's coming out of the south towards the north here. So anyone going from right to left will have that breeze advantage. There's the banner that we're speaking of now. It's sort of swirling around here, but Yeah, we'd like to also thank the major sponsors of that banner, the match day sponsor as well in the University of Newcastle. So good stuff from them, bringing the tournament back to the fans, chipping in a little bit of cash for the tournament to be so prosperous. So look at this big barge here in the scrum.
Yeah, nice scrum there by the development side. But now the Fiji police, they'll attack off their own line, and attack will they not? And this looks like it's going to be a try to Matai. He's second in the match. He's going to go all the way, length of the field, coast to coast, and there's nothing better than that in Sevens rugby, Peter.
He makes it look simple. The best make things do look oh so simple, and he is one of them in Sevens rugby on
He's
the
so
world
quick,
stage, hasn't he? What?
And especially in the club circuit that they go around the world in. I mean, he's one of the stars as well for this Fiji police side.
Look at him here just striding out. He must have like 2 meters per stride in that. He's a massive unit. And those yellow fluoros just help him get over the line. Here's the kick. It's unsuccessful. But Australia still getting a thumping here. It's still 22 points to nil in favour of the police. As we come back down to the wide shot here. We've got 1.5 to go in the match in this one too, Gareth.
The camera got a little teary then, didn't it?
The camera's had a big day. Like these players out here for the police, they're having a big show here around the world on Bar TV Sports. Hope you're enjoying our coverage, our mammoth coverage of the Sevens tournament. Not just today, we've been on air since 10 o'clock. We'll be back tomorrow, culminating in the Cup final, the plate final, and the big one about 5:30 tomorrow night. Well, so a massive 2 days.
The Kinesio Cup on the women's side and the UON Cup on the men's side. It's what everyone's looking forward to. As they go back in field now, the development side. There's a bit of a space opening up, but he just didn't have the support to link up. Just struggling to find some link men at the moment, the development side, as they go wide now. Croak stepping around, creating some space. Good wide running forward. As they go now. Inside ball. Joey Fiddick setting up Fred Durrow. We know he's quick. Oh, he steps off his left and can't find the man coming out around the corner, Mac Jones. So now the Fiji police have the ball. As they pop it up. As the ball goes wide now, can they put some more points on this development side as the hooter goes? They may just do that. Oh, the ball, the no-look pass over the top. That's unbelievable. Paul, can he go all the way? The goose step, he ducks under. The support's not there. It goes infield. They've got numbers out wide. They go back towards the left. Paul, he's out there. Oh, that's a little bit high. Referee agrees. So this will be taken back.
So 22 metres out, the penalty given. The siren's gone in the background. But Ngruku gives it away now to Naina. He throws the dummy. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Picked up by who's?
Yeah, it's Big Croak.
Nobody. Croak finally comes down with it. But that's all she's wrote for that game. Australia go down by 22 points to nil. That's the first time today an Australian side hasn't registered 5 points or less.
Yeah, definitely, but they were up against it. I mean, it is the young side, it's the development side, and this Fijian side stacked with experience, so they can take away a little bit there. I guess the defence, in the end, just kind of let them down a little bit there, Pete.
Yeah, it definitely was, but a great game to savour here. And the Australians, as you mentioned there, you know, a development mix of youth, so they'll learn a lot coming up against the police from Fiji. Of course, one of the strongest and I guess one of the most successful Sevens team coming out of Fiji. You know, they've, as we mentioned at the top of the show today, Fiji, I guess they're one of the champions at the partner event over there, which is the Fiji Coral Sevens. And no doubt they'll have, you know, and with a performance like that, a real threat to claiming this year's UON Cup. So our next match on the card, as we turn our page, so that was 22 points to nil. We've got the Australian University up against Deveta.
So this will be an interesting match. Of course, the Australian University side coming away from a very successful tournament in the University Sevens over there in England this year. And it'll be very, very interesting to see how they go here and how they stack up against, well, what can only be described as some very big men out there.
There you go. There's the Australian University side on the left-hand side of the screen in the green and white stripe. Their opposition, there they are. looking up at the ball that will hopefully get them the points here after 14 minutes here in this clash. So we're in the afternoon stream. Wherever you are across Australia and indeed around the world, or taking our coverage up through the Pacific, up through the Oceania, welcome along to the Central Coast Sevens of 2016. We're live, we're exclusive, and we're coming out of Morrie Breen Oval on the beautiful central coast of New South Wales. So let the game begin.
And Wyong definitely the jewel in the crown of the Central Coast, as Deveta almost come up with a ball off the kickoff. The Australian University side, a knock on. So Deveta with a chance to attack, and I'm expecting a big score in this one, Pete.
Let's see if they can live up to your expectation here, Gareth.
Get low, boys, get low.
30 seconds gone here. As Deveta here put the ball into the scrum, and that is Jory Tunne. He's got the ball. He comes the blind side.
Jerry Tua.
Jerry Tua, is it?
It's all right. The handwriting on
How's
the team
that
sheet's a little bit
handwriting?
sketchy, but here they come now. Deveta up the middle. Oh, getting a lovely ball away. They're attacking the line now. They're 10 out. As they go wide, they look to really get things going at the moment. The inside ball is shown. It's gone. There's space out wide, and they're going to score. Nice try there to Deveta in Yavala on the far side.
Definitely was. We only had to wait only a minute for that first try of the match here. Nice work. And of course, Jerry Tua was a gold medalist.
Exactly.
Exactly. So let's not forget about that.
Well,
this is the replay, Gareth. Just have a look at this again. I've been saying it all day. You know, if you support your man in this Sevens tournament, there's going to be one hell of a chance of a try.
Well, you've been saying it all day. You've been saying it for the last 10
4
years.
years.
We've been covering Sevens.
Here's the kick. Can we get it? Can they get it? No, they can't get it. 5-0, but great start for them.
Well, when you were tunnel ball champion of the world, Peter.
In 94.
Yeah, well, did you always support the man?
I supported the ball.
You always got to the back quickly.
In the front in some other cases.
And that's the key to it. So Deveta with the kickoff.
But I had to push. It was tunnel balls all in the legs.
Well, let's go back to the action here and again.
I'll teach
this
you later.
Kick picked up by the Australian University Sevens. And I'll pass on that one, thanks, Pete. As the ball was turned over.
You love it.
By Deveta. But they get the penalty, the Australian University side. They're looking to attack. This is positive stuff. And they go wide. Looking to really throw it around here, this Australian University side. They're full of success across the park themselves. But that's going to be a penalty. Holding on. Gee, blew the whistle pretty quick there. So Deveta, the obvious favourites for this tournament, along with Fiji Police at the moment. As they offload the ball. Oh, around the back. No look, flick pass. Doesn't get any better than that.
Well, they're a team of superstars, aren't they?
Well, Big Savalloni gets the ball knocked out of his hands. So they'll look to take the tap, keep the ball in hand. This is how they play, and this is how they win so many games. Just passing it around, floating the ball, and looking to link up.
Look at that
look
pass.
at that inside ball. Intercept in the end. Oh, couldn't hold on to it. There was a real chance there for Pat Curtin as the ball comes out. So Deveta have the ball again. Oh, the inside show and go. One of the go-to plays. It's a great Sevens play. And Wangaliva out there, almost receiving the ball. But just didn't get it. But you can see in the distance there, yeah, that breeze. Those flags are blowing.
We can just see on the touch judge here on this near side. You can see there you go. There's the better shot up that hill with the in the foreground of the blowing flags. So it's still coming out of the south here. So the Australian University side running into the breeze into the first half here. So another penalty coming up, and Australia just take the tap and get on with it. So 5-0 coming up. We've had just on 5 minutes of the action, so that's a point a minute as the Australian University side. Oh, the ball's gone out the back, heading towards the touchline. And the touch judge out there on the eastern side there, Gareth, puts his flag in the air.
Her flag in the air, Peter.
Yes.
I know you haven't got your binoculars today, but you can see on our screens in the production there that, yeah, definitely great job done by all the touch judges and having a great opportunity to put themselves on the world stage through the Central Coast Sevens. And, of course, Bar TV Sports get in the game with our broadcast partner, Top Better, for tournaments. It is Cox Plate Day. They've got a couple of great things going on. So check them out as the ball comes through. And that's a penalty. That's held on. Quick tap taken. But the ball goes to ground. Certainly not afraid to chance the arm. Oh, the kick over the top. It's blocked by the University side. Oh, what about that? The kick. The soccer back on the far side. Has he got the pace? Oh, great covering tackle in the end by Tully McPherson. They get the turnover to the University side. He tried to get bumped off there, but put himself in the way, and it's opened up here. There's space on the outside. Oh, the pass just dragging forward there with some good covering defence.
That's where the play comes to a halt right on the halfway line here. As you said, that wind's even picked up a little bit more in the last 2-3 minutes too, Gareth. So still favouring the side coming, Deveta, of course, coming out of the south here. But, I'm not sure how are they expecting high winds this afternoon. That might be something we can check from the Bureau. But I know tomorrow is going to be an absolute picturesque day here on the coast. They're expecting a nice temperature of around 21, 22 degrees. But today, with the sun clear, coming out now, it's ideal playing conditions for sevens here as well today.
It'll be nice and steamy here tomorrow. Get down here. You'll certainly enjoy it. Plenty on offer. There's a carnival atmosphere. There's purveyors of fine food. Oh, here they go again, Deveta. They've opened up on the far side, and that is another try. They did well, the University side, to keep them to 5-0 up until this point, but the score will blow out now, possibly to 12-0. Coming into half-time, they certainly didn't need that.
Yeah, they didn't need that at all, Gareth. That's now, 10 points to nil with a kick to come. As you mentioned, we're only seconds away from half-time here. But again, down that edge, that's where the points are piling on for them. And that's where the Australians in the second half will certainly have to tighten up their options down here. But as we see it again on the replay, just look at this. The class, the pace. And
Yavala, he's been damaging on that far side, hasn't he?
Yeah, real lethal weapon out there. And there he is right there coming off for half-time with the trainer with the water bottle next to him.
And he's happy because you need plenty of water, keep hydrated. Of course, Central Coast Water, they've got a couple of stands here I noticed here today. Don't forget, if you do bring your water bottle, you can refill here. And it's better than putting your bottle out into the landfill. And it's a great initiative shown by Central Coast Water here today and tomorrow for the Central Coast Sevens.
Indeed. Where's the huddle right now? Back on the halfway line. As you can see the crowd, I'd say in excess of over nearly a couple of thousand in here today.
Considering the rain, this is probably one of the biggest crowds we've seen on day one here over the last 4 years for the CC7s.
And we're on the main field, and as we look to the right-hand side, I don't know if we can get a pan across to the other field, but the car park is absolutely full down towards the southern end of the field. And a lot of the action also taking place over there as we speak too. So the car park's full. I had to park about a kilometre down the street towards McDonald's, and that was
didn't you get your pass?
I didn't get the pass.
You didn't get the media pass to park in the top car park.
Oh, there's the car there, actually.
The big green one up the top. That's the OB truck.
What are they doing up there?
It's just
bit of signal.
Wireless technology. They're up on the hill there.
Yeah,
they're getting the stream out, Pete.
Good stuff. Well, there we go. 10 points to nil. Deveta, one of the hot favourites for the men. Tournament here in 2016. They are on song to go all around in the finals tomorrow afternoon, which will be on Bar TV Sports. Don't forget, this is the only place that you'll be able to see every match, every hit, every run, every try, right here on the live stream, as you have for the last 3 years. And it's great that Bar TV Sports have been asked again to come on board and promote to a worldwide audience the game that rugby fans in this region love so much, and that's Central Coast Rugby Sevens.
Well, Don't just leave it at rugby fans, sports fans in general, Peter. They're here, they're seeing world-class athletes on display, and none better than this side in blue, Deveta. They're out-and-out superstars. They've got Olympians littered throughout their side. Apasai Dolamalali. There he is there, the big man, playing in the number 1 jersey. Oh, getting around there. Sevaloni. We've seen him over the last couple of years. He's certainly scored some amazing tries. The man in the number 4 jersey.
So looking for first points of the second half here. Can they put the foot to the accelerator?
Yes, they can, Peter. And it almost opens up there. Yavala almost goes in for another try. He'd almost be leading the try scoring. There's the big man there on screen. Oh, they go inside, outside, taken late. And this will be a try in the corner, as easy as you like. Sevaloni scores again.
He does indeed. In the corner, that's their third try. And now the scoreboard ticks out to 15 points to nil. Well, I'd love to have a look at the replay of this try. And I know you are too, a fan of replays. And as that green OB truck up on the hill fires up the signal, we can watch the replay. And look at him go.
Wow.
Simple in the end.
Yes, certainly.
There's no
corner flags.
Corner flags. Maybe they were being blown away.
They don't have them in 7s, Pete.
They don't. There's none around at all.
We don't need them.
We don't want them.
That's exactly right. All we want is tries, pace, and some good old-fashioned freewheeling play, mate.
And we've definitely got the freewheeling play here today, Gareth, haven't we?
Well, we've got some people coming up in the box as well. Ben Gollings from Deveta is going to come up. He's got the ball in hand right now. He's a Deveta legend. He's a Fijian rugby legend. And he's going to come up and join us after this match, hopefully in his full kit. Oh, look at that. Going up high. Didn't even have to leave the ground, such as his height. And the Australian University side, they're doing well to keep this Deveta side, only 15 points to score. And they go to attack there, but just dropping the ball. And here they come again. Over the top, bounces. Thought it may have been a touch forward there, but they're going to let that one go. Great tackle on the touch side, holding onto the ball. Blown quickly there, but certainly was a forward pass before, I thought. In any case, they'll play on. Can the University side get some points on the ball? We've seen a couple of nil score lines. And, of course, in the spirit of the game, we want to see all sides get on the board, Peter.
Well, you know, it's been targeted, I guess, this tournament as the try-scoring frenzy, and we've seen well over 150 points here today between both of these fields and more by the minute. So it's great to see. It's been on the toe there. Waratahs, will they pick it up? Can they get the try in the corner? They wanted it, and there's the class. It prevails again in the end.
Wangaliva scores on the touch, the closest touch line to the party box. And, gee, there's pats on the backs there for the Australian Uni side.
And this is it here again. Well, the University side, it just sort of fell to pieces in the middle there, didn't it? And he got his, I don't know if he got his knee to it or he may have even got his upper thigh to it and just picked it up and over he went. And it's now 20 points to nil. Here's the kick now from the touchline. Can't quite bring it back around. So we've got 3 minutes to go in this clash. And Deveta, well, 20 to nil. They are in red-hot form.
I don't think they've kicked a goal here today, so the score potentially could have blown out to almost 30 to nil.
Yeah.
That's probably where the game sits at the moment.
So hashtag Bar TV Sports. Join in the conversation. Join in the Barty box. And any questions for Gareth? Fire them up and we'll try and answer them to our best ability. As Deveta here. They may give away a penalty, they do, to the Australians, just 10 short of the halfway line. So they're going to take the tap here, the Aussies, and that's Tui. Giving it up through the middle of the field, and McPherson there was able to spin and offload, and a wild pass, and that's exactly what it was, a wild speculator, just goes floating into the destination New South Wales fence over there, and our touchy raises her flag. So bit of a lull here in this clash. Never a lull in the sevens, but just a matter of going away and finding a ball, and we'll be back underway. As you say, see there, the wind's still coming out of the south. So
we'll have to watch the throw here.
Yeah, to see which way the wind can affect this. Now, just straight down the gut.
If anything, Nathan Ebenezer has the best hair out there.
Quite impressive, isn't it?
Number 12 for the University side. As they take the ball midfield, work the play up, holding on the ball. And there he is, Nathan Ebenezer. Pretty sure he's played for maybe the Ozbox or Sunnybank over the last couple of years.
Going to pull something out of here. I know.
Always has a great haircut.
Our referee must have had a second whistle in his stocking. There you go. In his sock. As the ball now comes back to the left-hand side, there's a gap. Can they go towards it? They do, but they're pulled down just short of the 22-metre line here.
Well, he hasn't got the rabbit in the hat as the little kick goes forward. The foot races on. Can they get that? Oh, yes, they can. That's a try. Jason Beaton gets there. Does he? It's called a knock-on. I thought he got the ball down. Give him the try. Award the try. Don't be ashamed to let them back in the match. Oh, the officials, I think they've got it wrong as we look at the replay. Oh, he scored that. Look at the replay, Pete. That's a try.
Try any day of the week. Let's have a look.
Yeah, that's a try. He's got that down.
Fingertip control.
Downward pressure, mate. Thanks to our producers here on Bar TV Sports, bringing you all the action. We've got the A team up here at the moment as the other guys take some time off. Looking to find a better spot for that OB truck. And now the hooter goes. Gollings has it. Can they get another try on the board here, Deveta? Looking to wind up. Oh, the ball goes around the corner, and they might just get there, Pete. Oh, look at the covering tackle. It's going to be called high. I thought it was all right. Referee will disagree with me twice today. Straightening it up over the 22 now. Oh, nicely tackled there, but not back 10, says the ref. Looking to hurry it up there, Deveta. Taking it well off the mark there. Pretty big tabletop, they call it. As they now step Jig on the inside. There was support, might not need it. Oh, he'll get there. No, he won't. He's going to be called an obstruction. So that will be the game. And Deveta go ahead, leaders 20-0 and undefeated for the day, Pete.
Yeah, undefeated for the day. That is correct, Gareth. Hideaway Hurricanes is our next clash. They're taking on the ACT Brumbies. So we're on schedule here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We were running a little bit late, but we ended up cutting the lunch break in half to make sure that we get away on time here this afternoon and everyone can be relaxed and enjoy the evening before we come back here tomorrow. So our next clash, as I mentioned, about to get underway between the Hurricanes and the ACT Brumbies.
Well, you mentioned the lunch break, Peter. Unfortunately, I didn't get one, so cutting that short. You may have fed yourself, but thanks for bringing nothing back for me up here to the party box, mate.
My pleasure.
As we go now down to Katja, she's got an interview for us.
Okay. One step. Yeah, one step. One more. Step, yeah. Out more.
Here's Katja.
Bulla, coach of Deveta, impressive performance. So you're looking at taking out the tournament this weekend?
Well, we will come to take out the tournament, but we had a hard game against Tamandam, and even that was a hard game. So there's no easy games here. But yeah, we're happy with the win. We'll take the win.
And you have been supporting the tournament for a few years now, and you've won it, so it's getting better and better?
Yes, it's getting better and better. It's good to see many Fijian teams here. So, yes, it's a good...
I think a lot of the guys are putting their hand up for selection for Dubai.
Yes, exactly. That's, I think, one of the objectives of coming here as well. So,
good luck. Vinaka.
Vinaka.
Oh, very good. Again, by Katja down there. She's catching all the interviews. That's why we've got her. She knows everyone. She's a Sevens, Central Coast Sevens, a legend. And she does a lot of organising, looks after a lot of teams. I believe the Canadian men's team she's looking after as well in the World Series, which is a good get. She's certainly one of the best up-and-coming administrators in Sevens land as Hideaway now taking on the Brumbies Sevens. And I'm looking forward to this one, Pete. This will be a cracker.
Yeah, well, we're underway. Sit back and enjoy this one. A little bit of razzle-dazzle to get us underway here too.
The ball going forward. So Drew Tonks, the referee out here. Drew, a young referee, the youngest referee out there for the competition here today. Up and coming. He's from the Newcastle region. And big things expected from Drew going to Darwin. He's following a few of these tournaments around, Pete.
Oh, it's great to see. You know, it's not just about the players. It's about giving the officials a pathway as well onto the stage of international rugby. So good on them.
So here comes the Hideaway Hurricanes. They spread the ball out wide straight away. Naravoa taken over the 40. Oh, nicely stolen there by the Brumbies side. Tonks blows the whistle. Finds something wrong in the play there. Holding onto the ball, I believe. And now stepping up and stepping through. Look at the pace shown here. Nagamu comes through and will score under the sticks.
Oh, Nagama. Remember that name. Nagama. Brilliant stuff. Another lightning ball effort by that man, Nagama. And as we see it again on the replay, it all happened here. 10 metres short of the halfway line. Then he put down the afterburners and then just set sail inside the 22. Nobody was going to get within cooey of him. And then he just decided to put the ball down as he should. 5-pointer. That's the first one of the match.
Well, it looked like it was going to be a tough encounter, but the defence there shown by the Brumbies Sevens, it just was non-existent pretty much there, and they were cut up, sliced and diced. And here they go with the kickoff. And that doesn't make the 10. Will it bounce forward? No, it doesn't. So, free kick on halfway. The short arm comes out by referee Tonks. And the quick tap's taken. They go back towards the right. They try to straighten it up. Elusiveness shown there by the Brumbies. There's a bit of an overlap, but they can't just get there. The kick's taken. It comes off the head of the try scorer there. And that's going to be a penalty for diving over. Looking for the quick one. Ball just spills out of his hand, though. Oh, that wasn't the best of passes. Robinson now is forced to come around to try and make some room. Oh, he gets away from the tackler. Good strength shown there. Inside ball. Mitch Douche gets the ball. Is it Douche or Douche? I'm uncertain. Finding some space there. The Brumbies, they could go over. They're close. They need to go to the short side. They do. They pick and drive, and that is a try. We don't see too many pick and drive tries in the Sevens format, but that's as good as you'll get, Pete.
Oh, yeah, well, the Brumbies, they're synonymous with winning and also down in the ACT for scoring a plethora of tries. And there's a first try for the Brumbies here this afternoon here at the number 2016 Central Coast Sevens. But yeah, they're steeling themselves for national titles and they're awaiting themselves here to see how far they can get in this tournament. Well, with tries like that up against the Fijians, you just never know what the next 10 minutes into the match may bring. So unsuccessful the conversion they go, so Hideaway still up by 7 points to 5.
Yeah, they certainly are. And this match, of course, brought to you by the University of Newcastle. Get on the website, check out their courses, Destination New South Wales. Get on and visit newsouthwales.com and find out all the things to do here, including the Central Coast Sevens. And that ball goes forward off a Brumbies player. The referee picks it up, and it's going to be a scrum. So 7-5 the scoreline. This match a little closer than we anticipated, given the start by the Hurricanes. But the Brumbies, they've shown some good fight and come back into the match.
So about 15 metres in from the western touchline. The Fijians, the entertainers. Are they about to put it together out here on the wing? They've juggled it. They've regained it. The foot race is on. They're away. Navoda, he's down inside the 22. He'll go all the way. The Fijians, they love to score, and that's how they love to do it.
Oh, he certainly lit up. Came from inside his own 22. He was shown the sideline, And he said, show me the sideline any day of the week, and I'll romp down it. And that's what he did.
Show me the money.
Someone sign him up now.
Let's have a look at that on the Bar TV Sports replay. We're running out of replay space because we've got to show these tries from nearly 80 metres up the other end of the field. Just have a look at this run. Nobody was going to get in Kiwi. The closest bloke to catch him was going to be the referee.
Well, you know it's quick when you can't make out the Kinesio sign on the far side. Just went by like a flash.
Flash of
lightning as the ball is kicked deep. The breeze has dropped.
The breeze has dropped, but we're seeing tries like lightning bolts right across the field. The Lightning is incredible here. Let's see now if their opposition can be just as effective.
Wow.
Look at them go. Outside the 30. Giltrap inside the 10, and he's been pushed in the touch. He's hit his head on his way down. But oh boy, that was an enterprising piece of play.
He's pushed into the fence there by the Hurricanes player. He gets back up. What a fend by Giltrap. Getting him down the touchline. Just didn't have the pace to go on with it. And they lose the ball on the far side. It's kicked out in anger. And what about this match? This match is scintillating, Peter.
It is. It's gutsy, dazzling, and we love it. That's why we're here, Gareth Wozick.
Well, where else would you be? Certainly, there's a lot of rugby going on around Australia and New Zealand. We've got, of course, the Wallaroos. They're playing at 3 o'clock today. And, of course, the curtain raiser for the big Bledisloe match at Eden Park. And then who can forget the Buildcorp NRC grand final being played at Tamworth as the Brumbies now attack. And then we've got the Central Coast Sevens over 2 days. And the ball popped on the inside. The flag goes up, so the referee will call that half-time. 12-5 is the score, Pete.
Yeah, 12 points to 5. Still anybody's game here at the moment. 7 down, 7 minutes to go. So both of these sides, they'll go back to their halfway lines and have a chat to sort of analyse what went right and what went wrong for them in that first 7 minutes and come back and try and put whatever they've discussed to better fruition. Let's see what can happen in the next 7 minutes. As I said, it's anybody's ball game. There's only 7 points in it. Gareth?
Well, David Grimman, the Brumbies Sevens coach out there. He's certainly barking the orders at them at the moment. They're still in this match, the Brumbies side. It'll be a massive upset if the Hurricanes fall here. One of the fancied sides in this Central Coast Sevens tournament for 2016. Of course, brought to you by the University of Newcastle, Destination New South Wales, and the Central Coast Council. Who can forget the newly amalgamated entity? And did we get any tweets in? What should we call it? Wasford or Guile?
Well, we've had one vote for Wasford. Maybe we'll stick with that. What do you reckon?
Wasford Council.
Wasford Council it is. There you go. Wasford Council. Now we've got to come up with a logo.
I just think it should be a picture, an overview picture of the two councils combining. Maybe a lightning bolt down the middle of the borders.
Nice. Splitting the divisions. Like it.
The yin and yang of Gosford and Wyong. Right there.
So heaps of good rugby on display here this afternoon. Great to have everybody involved throughout the world on the World Wide Web taking our coverage. 12 points to 5. Stay with us. This one will go right down. We anticipate right down to the final second, the way the first 7 minutes has unplayed itself, as we see now.
Little knock on there.
Hideaway, yeah, just a little knock on.
No hiding away there from the referees. Had a pretty good game so far. That's why he's one of the best up-and-coming referees in New South Wales. Certainly will find himself getting higher honours, I'd expect.
Early 20s, doing a fantastic job. Well done to the pathways, as I mentioned earlier today, of refereeing in this country too. It's not just about the players, it's about everybody involved. You know, good thing about sport and rugby particularly is bringing, you know, nations together and teams together on a world stage like this one here. 12 points to 5. Are we about to see first points of the second half? The Brumbies on the attack. They come back away now to the 11, and that's Lever giving it away here. Robinson out wide. Here comes a try. They're going to improve their position as well here, Gareth. Underneath the black dot they go.
That is almost a match-winning move there in the end goal. I like the composure shown there in the lead up to that try. They certainly worked it, and then they spread it out wide with some very nice hands as we look at the replay here. Look at this last pass here. It's a bullet, and it's nicely finds the man as he steps around and gets himself and gets his side equal on the scoreboard with 12 points all.
All right here as we hear Daryl Braithwaite's horses being pumped around the ground. That takes us back to the 90s, Gareth, to the Workers' Club in Newcastle.
Very appropriate there with the Brumbies getting on the scoreboard, Pete.
Exactly. Speaking of the Brumbies, Gareth, they've got a chance if they can execute their movement. Little bit of juggling out here. This is the circus in town. Did well there. So the Brumbies continuing to come the commentary edge. Here they go. The support's coming inside the 22. Locked up at 12 all. Right here on the Destination New South Wales scoreboard. Here on Bar TV Sports. Back to Johnston. He throws a long pass. He needed it. He got it out wide. They're stepping, they're weaving, they're throwing it around and going down there is the big number 11. They work it back to the right-hand side of the park. Here's an opportunity this time out wide if the ball can stick, but it's gone into touch.
Yeah, just didn't quite get the pass there. Sam Giltrap got the ball on the chest and it bounced off coming towards the side. A couple of big looping passes there by the Brumbies side, and it looked pretty good, didn't it? When they put a few passes together, you can see why they're the best coming out of Canberra and that Riverina area. And I tell you, they might get to sing the horses a couple more times here with the dulcet tones of Daryl Braithwaite ringing in our ears.
Yes. The crowd are saying, we want more Brumbies music. We want more Daryl, that's for sure. But at the moment, the Hideaway side, they might want to turn Daryl's music to deaf ears as we see a run by now by Naravava. He's down the sideline. He's away. He's inside the 22. He's going to go all the way. Try under the post.
What a try there. Novara scores another try. And he will probably be leading the try scoring, I'd imagine, now after that try in this tournament. What pace he shows on the wing, and just so elusive as we see the wide shot there. All the Brumbies players coming across, but there he just turns inside. As our good friend Liz Entwistle says, it's a cutaway, and he certainly cuts away, races away, and scores a pretty good try there, Pete.
Yeah, it was a great try. Great 70-metre effort there by the Hideaway team from Fiji. So let's now see what can come of the next 2.5 minutes. 7-point ball game here on Bar TV Sports. Live and exclusive. Get in contact with us. CC7s is the hashtag on Twitter, or hashtag Bar TV Sports, as the Brumbies now try and throw it around outside their own 22 as they come up towards the halfway line. They're still going, and now they're finally brought down. Works it back now to the edge of the broadcast position. That's our view that you can see there with Giltrap giving it away. Back there it comes. They're throwing it around, aren't they, Gareth? And this is what we expect from the Brumbies. And but this time it's just going to come a little bit unstuck for them, just outside their own 22-metre line here.
Yeah, unlucky there. They do need to throw the ball around. There's a couple of minutes remaining still on the clock. So if the Hideaway Hurricanes can get the ball, the game's all but over. The Brumbies need a big scrum here. They've hung in all game. They've looked outclassed, but they've stuck with them with some good defence. Really causing a couple of errors here. They've been conducive with the scoreline, 19-12. And they go back towards the short side and they'll cut back towards the open. The little goose step, getting away from one. Oh, the dummy's thrown. Needs to link up, does link up. The Brumbies come across, but they can't stick to the tackle. And that's a try to Ulavuba.
Yeah, Ulavuba Made it look simple. So this game now, 24-12 with only, 50 seconds left on the official scoreboard here at Morrie Breen Oval. And
so that's the nail in the coffin there, as we see there. I thought he was taken here, but yeah, just couldn't stick to the tackle. Really wasn't the best effort by Seth Going. But in any case, Going, gone. And Hideaway Hurricanes, they're ahead on the scoreboard, 24-12.
Here's the kick, Gareth. Let's keep an eye on it. Can he bring it back around? It looks good. He's converted into the gale behind him. But a sensational way to convert the last possibly try of this match with 9 seconds remaining here on the Bar TV Sports scoreboard in the second half. So inside the 22, the Brumbies come.
Oh, taken in a heavy tackle, a hefty tackle by the Hurricanes.
Siren goes.
Quick tap taken. They'll look to get one more try here. The Brumbies side, it's been knocked on, knocked down, kicked ahead. And the referee, you'd imagine, will blow a full time here, Pete, in what has been a pretty good game.
So full time in this one. Hideaway, in the end, got away by 14 points over the ACT Brumbies. Final score, 26 points to 12. So next up, we have another exciting fixture coming up. That is for sure. We have the Aussie Pearls. The girls are back onto the field. And who are they going to be taking on in this clash?
Duga,
Duga.
An exciting team.
So for the Golds, we've got...
We haven't seen them here today, but we've seen the Golds a couple of times. And it'll be interesting to see how they go. Duga was developed in 2006, and it's a platform for players from the Pacific Islands to come out and play in tournaments like this.
Yeah,
showcase their talents.
Definitely does, and it gives them a great opportunity to come down here to Australia from the Pacific Islands, just like all the other invited nations have had the opportunity over the last 5, 6, 7 years to come on down here and showcase what they love to do back in their island nations, and that's play rugby or any sport for that matter, but particularly rugby. They love their rugby. They train on beaches, they train on pebble stone, they just train anywhere where they can get a footy, Gareth, over that way. But we do know that a lot of the islands, they're developing, and they're also developing their infrastructure. But I'll tell you what, the players that are coming out here into rugby and I guess other sports across Australia is absolutely phenomenal. And we cannot now, or we should never have, taken our eyes off that part of the world over the last few years, because like last 10 years, sometimes we can concentrate on Australian sport and forget about what's happening up there in the top part of the world, but not so long the case now. And of course, the NRC side.
They're coming in, the Fijian side, which will be very good. It's a great thing for not only the Fijian rugby side, but I think rugby in Australia in general. It's certainly going to add a bit of spice to that competition. Of course, the grand final is on tonight at 7:45, I believe, after the test. It's out in Tamworth. And they've had a fair bit of rain out that way, so it'll be interesting to see how that game plays out. Of course, the Country Eagles taking on the Perth Spirit. But let's get back to this one. Aussie Pearls Gold taking on Duga. And this will be an interesting matchup, to say the least. The Aussie girls side, they're here to win it. They're here to make a difference, and they're here to kick off their campaign for 2016-2017 in the World Rugby Series.
Let's see if they can put on a brilliant show here. High expectations coming into this clash. Tony Gato, the go-to number 5. We know how she can score a try. See Esseltia, and we're underway here, Gareth.
Oh, that ball, again, not finding the 10 metres, and it really boils my blood, Peter. Any case.
Does that grind your gears?
Tuagata is going to take the ball, and they get a nice opportunity to take this one forward. A little bit of confusion. They are a team not hastily thrown together, but they don't play too much together. As the ball comes out wide now, looking to put on some footwork against this Aussie Pearls side, who are really biding their time, and they forced the penalty there. Interesting to note that I don't think Kaslik started this one. So she might be being rested here. And here looks like trouble as they come away. Chloe Dalton, oh, she can't get around. Good pace shown in the covering tackle in the end. And now they come up with a ball, but it's going to be called a knock on there, Pete. I thought she was away for all chances and all intents and purposes.
Yeah, it looked like that, but in the end it didn't quite go the way she would have expected it to, and the fans down on this sideline would have expected it to. So 2 minutes gone here, still locked up at 0-0. Australia, though, they're about to put the ball into the scrum and go on the attack inside the 22 for the first time in this match.
So the ball comes out now, goes wide. Satia, oh, nice little wraparound play, creating plenty of space. The ball goes over the top, and this will be Darcy Morrison to open up the scoring here for the Australian side. Under the sticks, untouched, and that is an absolute beauty there, Pete.
Yeah, sure was. She'll be happy with that. The whole Australian team should be proud of what they've just seen there, resulting in that 5-pointer for the first time against their opposition. And she had the chance to score out wide, but then she thought, no, I'll just bring it around and make it oh so easier for my goal kicker. Here it is here. She could have scored it there, but she thought, no, I'll bring it around, and hopefully 5 will turn into 7. The kick is successful, so it's 7-0 here, the Australian Pearls goals.
Well, Paige McGregor really summed it up, didn't she? She had the ball in 2 hands. The gap opened up for her. She drew, she passed, and in the end, it was an easy try.
There's Darcy Morrison on your screen now in jersey 11. So Chloe Dalton to get us back underway here. The Australians leading by 7-0 here at Murray Breen Oval. As the sun breaks out on a quite balmy afternoon, I'd say up around 21 degrees. It's rising by the minute, the temperature, and on the field as well for the Australian fans.
Yeah, certainly are.
Oh, what a tackle that was.
Yeah, this is a great display here again by the Pearls.
There's a gap here through the middle, though. Can they pass? They do. There's a chance out wide, but the Australians go high and go low to bring them into the ground. Australia's end of halfway. Back through the middle again. Long pass. They're going backwards. Can they offload? They need to, but the Australians, great defence there. There's a penalty. This will help them get outside their own half here, Gareth.
Yeah, certainly the arm goes up. And this is a good run here. Duga coming out, coming wide as they come around, and again over the ball was the Australian side. The Pearls doing everything right here as they go quickly again. This will be trouble here.
Looks like Anderson with the football.
Yeah, Anderson gets a lovely ball on the inside. Oh, the referee almost getting in the way there. And this is a great women's fixture. And it's awesome that the women's have parity here with the men's in this tournament. It's one of the few tournaments in the world, in any sport, that has this. An inside ball, and this is going to be a try to Parker as they come around.
Yeah, she got the ball from Brooke Anderson there, I think you'll find, coming up on the replay. And Parker, again, supporting playmate. And there we go here. Look at this. There we go. It was Anderson indeed, inside the 22, and then just got a perfect ball onto the chest of Parker. And she just sprinted off and scored underneath and put the ball down underneath the post. So Australia taking an early lead. They're up by 14-0 on the Destination New South Wales scoreboard.
She's had a very good tournament so far, Parker. Obviously standing out in that pink headgear.
Yeah. The kick, as I said, is successful. So the Australians...
There'll be Dalton with the kick again.
Getting us back underway.
We haven't seen Kaslik this match. So, don't know if there's an injury there for the premier women's player in the world, or she's just being rested. We'll get some news on that later through our sideline eye catcher. She's been doing a great job for us here all day, covering off on both sides of the draw.
And of course, you know, the Aussie Pearls, they're ready to rip into the World Series as well. So first up, though, is defending their 2015 CC7 title. It was? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, oh, here we go. Sorry to cut you off there, but Dalton, she'll go over for a try. And this game is now opening up with a minute remaining in the first half. So the class just coming through by this Aussie women's side.
Well, they're not the defending champions, the World Series champions. What else are they? The Olympic champions. They're back from a break, and they are firing with all their cylinders in prestigious order. As this is it on the replay of how it all occurred here. Just on your spot, too many errors coming up. And Australia, well, they've just been able to capitalise the errors and turn them into 5-pointers.
Yeah, certainly will.
So there's our touch view of our sideline camera showing the ball boys there. Doing a great job as well down on the sideline. Without them, the tournament would be a lot slower.
Well, they're having a great time, aren't they? They're certainly earning their pies and sausage rolls down there today. Out in the rain for most of the day.
Yeah.
There may be some rain coming again. And we're going to bring in Liz Entwistle into the box for the second time here today. She's going to join us for the second half action.
What's happening down the touchline, Liz?
What's happening out around the crowd? You've been around, you've been about.
I had a chance to actually catch up with a young Henry Hutchinson for a bit and talk to your Aussie 7-star. Talked a little bit to you with, you mentioned Charlotte Caslick. Talked to her mom, Tracy, and of course talking about her brother Sam, also playing on the Australia team, and just kind of getting familiar with the grounds and the standings. Spent some time over in the Sense Rugby booth as well. They've got a great kids organization. We actually did some volunteer work with them on Wednesday night and got to go to one of their sessions up in Kincumber. It was fantastic.
I'm just looking at you, Liz. I'm a little bit worried. You've got a nice hat on, but it's the Brisbane Broncos. Now, do you know who the Brisbane Broncos are?
They're one of your rugby league teams, correct?
That's correct. Next answer. No, that's fantastic. So, yeah, you love a ball sport.
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, we've spent a lot of time here on tour. We flew into Brisbane, spent time there, toured Suncorp Stadium, caught up with some of our old Stars players, some of the ladies with the Redlands team, then went to Byron Bay. So we got to see a lot of the teams in this competition play just last weekend, too. Were
you blown away with the complex as Suncorp Stadium? It's a fantastic facility.
Yeah, I was really impressed with the fact that it's a big multi-use stadium compared to where I'm from in Chicago, where it's like Soldier Field is the home of the Chicago Bears. And then we have Wrigley Field for our Cubs still in the playoff hunt here. Hoping to make it to the World Series. So a little bit of a different setup, but it's impressive and seating so many people.
Well, not really, because you wouldn't see the Australian cricket team playing at Suncorp. They play, obviously, at the Gabba, so baseball, football, kind of like cricket and rugby over here. So they do play soccer and stuff in Suncorp. As you said, multi-purpose. And here's the second half as the ball comes out wide. Looking to put some early points on the board. Oh, look at the jet shoes are there again. And she is one of the superstars of this tournament, of the women's side of the draw. Sia Salatia, she's been absolutely amazing all day.
Indeed. And that try came within the first 15 seconds. Liz of the second half. Australia, well, looks like they may go on to crack 50 if they can keep this type of performance up.
That could be a record too, sorry, Liz. That could be a record for the women's side of the draw.
Yeah, indeed. And if we have a look at the replay here, just sprinting away and going in untouched.
Yeah, definitely a solid effort. And against this Duga team, interestingly enough, they've got a couple girls on the field that have yet, like, this is their first rugby experiences at all. They are kind of a last-minute team into the tournament. So they pulled in a few players from some different clubs. I'd like to point out number 17 there. That's Ryan Van Nordheim. She's actually one of our players from the USA. Played a bit of footy with the San Diego Surfers in our Women's Premier League and is currently playing with James River in the D.C. area. So he's been playing with a few different teams. But, you know, this is a group of people that just love the sport and getting out and seeing what they can do. And, again, chancing their arms against the gold medalists.
Yes, that's right. The world champions, the gold medalists, and, of course, the defending champions at this Central Coast Sevens tournament. They've been the standouts for the last couple of years, and they're missing a couple of players, but they still look pretty good, pretty solid here, and they certainly are the tournament favourites again as they steal the ball here. The Aussie Pearls, the gold side, as the ball comes out wide. And again, this should be easy pickings here for mine, the early player of the tournament.
Indeed. CS Altea. She crashes over again for Australia's second try of the second half in only 3 minutes of football here. So the score, it's ticking along quite nicely here, leaving their opposition scoreless. It's 31 points to nil, and this is how 31 points was registered, with 5 points coming from this try.
That was a cracking left foot step too, mind you. She just came off the left foot, and no one was anywhere near her. She might have got a bit of grass in her mouth there, Pete.
Here's the kick, just waved away here. So there she is again.
It's always great seeing players make their marks in these tournaments. I remember being back at the Atlanta Sevens as part of our Women's Sevens World Series, and that's when your Aussie, Emma Tanagato, had a fantastic tournament. She went off for 10 tries in the matches there as part of Australia's sweep through the Women's Sevens World Series to claim that title, steal that away from New Zealand, which always has to be a bit satisfying.
Yeah, it certainly is. As we go now, Duga with a good chance to attack. Oh, just spilling the ball there, unlucky.
You see the referee playing kind of a long advantage there, of course, with Sevens possession being the advantage. So Australia on the attack yet again.
Oh, on the attack, all right, and call this one home as Morrison will go over again for another try. Is it going to be called back? No, it isn't. There was a bit of conjecture out there by a couple of the players.
So it's just becoming a try-scoring Finanzi here for the Australians in the second half here. That's their fourth try in the space of, 4 minutes here. So
yeah, certainly they've opened up and showing the class, showing their skill at the moment. And it's a great asset for the Central Coast Sevens that they do start their season campaign here on the Central Coast in the Kinesio Cup.
And the crowd look really into it as well there. They haven't moved all day. They love this open type of rugby and a plethora of tries throughout the last 5-6 hours. We've still got a few more hours to come, so stay with us right here on Bar TV Sports as we see the Australians here. They might get another one. They do. Perry, she's going to go over for the Aussies. Well, that looked too simple.
Yeah, definitely. And again, it was that player on the wing, the 10, Shanae Searsaltia. She is amazing today. She has been the player of all the games we've seen on the men's, the boys, the men's side of the draw and the women's side of the draw.
They're in red-hot form, Liz.
Yeah, this isn't a team that you'd want to come across tomorrow going into the quarterfinals. I know our Stars side had the challenge of taking them on in our first ever Central Coast Sevens. That was 2 years ago. We drew ourselves into a pool with Australia and New Zealand, and that was the year, of course, when we also had Canada here, had Brazil. It's been such a fantastic tournament with developing women's rugby and bringing over all these international sides. The Olympics, I think, changing things a bit, and the addition of the Sydney Sevens means that we're going to have these women's teams coming to Sydney later in 2017. So this year, more of a club presence than before. And again, it's a fantastic opportunity for some new players to put their hands up, whether it is with Aussie development or on all these teams like we saw Hunter before.
Yeah, certainly, and good programs popping up throughout Australia, sevens-wise. And here they go. They look to take the quick tap and get some more, get to that illustrious 50-point mark. It's the pinnacle of sevens if you get to the half century. And with a couple of minutes to go, if I were a betting man, I'd back them in, Peter.
Speaking of betting, they're going around today in the Moonee Valley Cup. Who do you like?
The Cox Plate.
The Cox Plate, I should say.
Well, I'm going to go with the rain down there. I'm going to, little tip out there, Lucia Valentina.
Okay.
Trained by the great Chris Lees as the ball comes out now. Oh, and she's almost juggled it. And that is a good try in the end. And it's Parker who gets a second for the match. With the conversion to come, this will get them to 50, Liz.
Yeah, that's a big scoreline for a sevens match, and they've done really well adjusting to the conditions. I know we were watching some earlier matches, and some of the teams playing as if it weren't quite as rainy and wet as it was, and we see the teams doing well that are actually running good angles, that are using switch lines, and maybe not going as wide with the ball, given that it is a bit slippery out there.
Well, that one is waved away, so 48-0, 30 seconds remaining in the half.
You still standing behind your bet, then?
That's right.
30 seconds for a try. We've seen Australia do it twice already.
I've gone the overs. I should have taken the unders. In any case, the kickoff comes. Kaslik with the first time we've seen her today. Oh, doesn't make the full 10. Almost gets there with the jump. But let's see if they can get some points on the board here. The invitational side. Parker's gone well there and almost taken possession.
They do have a player outside wide there on the left. Nice little loop play if they can get it out wide. This Duga team played both their earlier games up on the upper field. Lost both of their matches, but again, valuable experiences out here.
As the Australians here, Liz, look to go back onto the counter, and they're running away. Look at them go.
Wow.
An Australian side in full display right here, right now.
Darcy Morrison goes over again, and she has kept me safe, getting the score over 50.
That's why we've got Pony Boys on Bar TV Sports every Wednesday, Liz. Make sure you tune in from wherever you are across the world.
You know, we follow your Bar TV on Twitter. You know, it's a fantastic news resource and some fantastic banter there, too. So we'll keep an eye open for that.
What's your favourite thing on Bar TV Sports, Liz?
Oh, it has to be the two of you, bar none.
That's why we're in the commentary box. Ad-lib at its best there.
And Punza, too.
Well, let's get back to the action. That's the end of the game, 53-0. I'd hate to keep you two guys from flirting too much longer here up in the Bar TV party box.
Last year, Liz brought us a present, Darren. Do you remember that?
She bought us the T-shirts last year. I'll tell you what, I wear them all the time as well. As we go to the next match, which will be the Japan side versus Ozbox women. This is going to be an interesting match, and this will be the real test as to see where the Japan development side is.
Yeah, this Japan team's a team that our Stars team has actually scrimmaged quite a bit. We see them in Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Invitational each year. So I've had a pretty good relationship getting in some games and some extra playing time. And this Ozbox team, I actually had the chance to run with a bit last year at Byron Bay Sevens. And a great, fantastic team run by Dale Winslow. We see him down there wearing his Waratahs gear.
He's spruiking off his gear down there, isn't he, as we go down now to catch her for an interview.
Okay, we're here with Ryan, and Liz has just been talking about you. So you're American and helping out Duga.
Yes. Sorry, I just played. No, it's been an awesome experience coming over to Australia and playing, really on any team that would have me, and they've all been so welcoming. I mean, I kind of don't even want to leave.
And this tournament here, playing against the Australian Olympic gold medalists, must be quite amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get that experience very much. I mean, I know some of the USA players back home, but they're friends, and these people, you see them on TV, and they're gold medalists. It's an incredible experience. It's incredibly awesome.
Well, yeah, great team you're playing with, fun girls.
Oh, yeah, they've been incredible. Like I said, it's just an incredible experience. They've all been so welcoming and helpful, really. The styles between the US and Australia are a little different, so it's kind of a learning curve, but I'll get it eventually.
Thanks and good luck. And back to the guys upstairs.
As always, Catcher getting all the exclusives down on the sideline for Bar TV Sports as we see the start and a jersey change for the Japanese side. They're playing in the white. They've been playing in the blue earlier on today against the New Zealand Wasps, who were a little bit disappointing against a world-class side, but these development players coming out of New Zealand certainly ones to watch out for. And this will be a fairly evenly matched. So the Ozbox we saw earlier on, very familiar and similar jerseys to the New Zealand Wasps. Be interesting to see when they play against each other on finals day tomorrow. And this is, great tackle on the far side. And that's that player we've been talking about all day, Hanoka. She's so good, Pete.
Well, it's a great tackle when you can hear the jolt, and that's exactly what we were able to hear right up here on the commentary box, Liz.
Yeah, it's quite a strong hit on the sideline, too. I look for a good contest here in the line-out. I know that jumper there, that's Erica Fowler with the Ozbox. She plays her rugby up in Brisbane, plays with UQ, was just on tour with the Queensland Reds, and played up in Japan. And last weekend was with the UQ team. She's actually played on one of our Stars tours before, too. And is fierce enough that, remember Dear Georgia Page? That was an Aussie sensation. Erica broke her leg in a competition last year. So a hard hitter as well, but it was all about that hard hit from Japan that's given them possession of the ball off the line out here.
Well, the ball comes wide as they look to dance around, and good defence there by the Ozbox side. Another one of these invitational sides as well, and they come together well.
Yeah, there's a fantastic counter ruck. And coming away with the ball here.
Oh, just taken over the sideline there. Katie Harrison it was. Just in time there by Hanoka, the number 10. She's diminutive in stature, but she plays with a lot of heart and aggression. Reminds me a lot of the number 10 from the Australian men's side, Coward, with her ability and her pace, Pete.
Yeah, it definitely is. But now look at this from the Ausbach women.
Yeah, certainly looking to play physically here, trying to intimidate the much smaller Japanese side. But certainly won't be daunted by the task as they look to play the ball out wide, and good link play there as they come around through Mayu Shimzu it was. One of the stars in the second game as it comes wide again.
And this is
Looking
something that I've come
offload.
to see Japan known well for is their passing skills. They are able to move the ball quick around the field. I think you were right. Ausbach with their size and their hard hits are putting up a good competition here. And this is a team that's traveled quite a bit. So I know some of the players have individually traveled. Ausbach as a side did go to Samoa for the Independent Sevens and took second in the tournament there, I believe falling to the Samoa national side.
Well, what a regather there by Hanoka, who took the ball in field as it comes wide now. They're looking to use the width here, Pete.
Let's see if they can use that width here, Gary. Tanaka, straight through the middle. Look at him go. Look at her go, I should say.
Look at you go,
Look
Pete.
at her. We're all on the one
We're
mic.
delirious, mate.
This is only our 150th call today. We're just warming up.
Well, she's very good and she's very talented. She scored a good couple of tries in the second game. She scored a good try in the first game. And she's certainly one of the leaders of this development side here from Japan.
What I like about this, too, is the way that she split those defenders. We saw the number 12 with the Ausbach had her hips turned to the outside, leaving that space behind her open, and leads to an easy try there for Japan. Really good field awareness, and, of course, right under the post, so the kick was made. So we're sitting 7-0 with Japan leading.
Successful.
What
Nicely
a shot
done again.
What a shot that is.
Yeah,
two of the Japanese,
two of the
TV,
best.
two of the best with the crowd looking on anxiously, wondering which way is this going to go.
You love a good colour shot, don't you, Pete?
I do. I love a bit of colour.
Yeah, very good as the ball goes down deep into the 22. The Ausbox. So this Japanese side certainly will be challenging tomorrow on finals day if they keep this up. As the defence and the counter-rucking, it's exemplary here. So the quick tap is going to be taken. There's space out wide, and she may not need it as Hirano goes in the corner for a very well-worked try.
Now, that was great, efficient work by Japan. Like you mentioned, the counter back there, drawing the penalty, and then going quick to the outside. And what I really like about setting that all up was a well-placed kickoff. So we're not chancing anything with it going less than 10 meters, putting them downfield and pinning the Ausbox back inside their own 22. So good defensive pressure by Japan and leading to tries.
Well, it's the old adage, a kick's only as good as its chase. As this is a very difficult kick from the sideline. Oh, it's coming around. Oh, just didn't have the distance.
I liked her style and approach to that kick too. Very unique style. But yeah, look at their faces. They're enjoying their time here in Australasia, especially here on the Central Coast. No doubt a lot of these sides have been here for a few weeks and that, you know, they've seen different parts of Australia, but they're here and they're having some fun in the afternoon cloud here this afternoon. Just waiting for a ball. We've got one.
Well, I'm waiting for the sun, Peter, getting back to that.
You're waiting
It's supposed to be a brilliant day here tomorrow. Clear skies.
Yeah.
Tops of 30 degrees, Liz. You're looking forward to that? Getting your tan on?
Absolutely. Back home, it's about 0 where I come from. So we've seen lows down there. It's always a pleasure coming out here to Australia and getting to experience the beaches and the culture and everything.
Yes, certainly. And all the Ausbox here, they're away now on the far side.
Oh,
That's a good pursuit by that sweeper for Japan.
Yeah, Hanoko just can't go. Oh, she gets there in the wind. Wow, look at the tackle from behind. She
crowd
just never
loved that
gives up.
one.
She just never gives up, does she, Hanoko?
How gutsy was that? Here they come now, the Japanese. They're looking to turn, well, their defense into attack. And let's see if they can show a little bit of flair here. They'll get a penalty though, Liz.
Yeah, so they don't really need the flair quite yet. We saw them score off that penalty before. We'll see if they can replicate that magic.
Oh.
Unfortunately, a knock-on, so we're going to see a scrum to Ausbox. And this may well be one of the first scrums of the match.
Yeah, certainly. I think this match has been played with very good handling skills, and I think you're right there. And yes, our producers are nodding at us. You are correct. First scrum of the match.
They're onto it.
Yep, so this will be a good test to see. You would think that the Ausbox, with their strength and their power, would be looking to drive this over and give their back some attacking space. They're set up quite deep with their fly half.
Coming through on the ball.
Yes, fantastic pressure by Japan's scrum half.
So the hooter goes. It's 12-0. 2 tries in front. And again, great counter-rucking there by the Japanese side. It's certainly something over the last couple of years we've seen improve. Certainly this time last year we didn't see the aggression at the breakdown by this Japanese side, but wow, what a year's difference it has made, Pete.
Well, they're going to be up there, that's for sure. Probably in the top 2, maybe 3. It's going to be a cracking finals day tomorrow, so make sure you get around, reviewing the area. Come on down here to Morrie Breen Oval. We're going to have one hell of a day of finals foot rugby union, aren't we?
Oh, Hanoko, that's her first blemish of the game. She slipped over, she tripped, and the ball spills out, but we're going to probably see the Japanese side come up with it. Oh, that last pass just wasn't there, so Ausbox now have a chance to get back on the scoreboard, to hit back just before half-time.
You'd like to see them playing all these extra minutes, be able to put some points on the board. Otherwise, they've just played a lot of extra time for naught.
Oh, that's a penalty.
Got the coach blowing up down here on the touchline as well.
That was great strength shown in the tackle there, and that is going to be half-time. But just the aggression at the breakdown, the counter-rucking, holding them up in the tackle, this is something we don't expect too often of a Japanese side, both men's and women's.
Against them, though, they are quite strong when it comes to the ruck. They're quick in their support. So the teams that play good sevens will send in their ball carrier as your 1. Then you'll have your quick 2 for the ruck and 3 at the scrum half. If you're going to be what might be an undersized team, you have to be there in support and following their passes.
Well, that's artistic there. The coach really blowing up on our bar TV screens.
Well, we did that for the lip readers,
yeah,
because we didn't want them to...
The expletives coming out. Yeah, I can certainly hear the rocket.
There we go again.
I can hear the rocket from up here in our commentary box position. And I tell you what, I'm glad I've got the earphones on, because he's certainly yelling to his troops, trying to...
What a sight that is. What a picture.
Get them involved. They're still in the match. It's 12-0, Pete.
Look at that mind just ticking over, just trying to figure out what to say next.
It's kind of like watching on the World Series, when the Russia coach, Pavel, he was one that was to watch, the same, very animated. And
speaking of minds ticking over, Pete.
Yes, Gareth.
That's almost the mirror image of you up here in the commentary box. Because your mind is tick-tick-tocking at the moment. You're like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Tick-tick-boom.
Oh, it's only 3:30.
Well, we're here, of course, all afternoon. And we've
really looking forward to tomorrow.
The men's side of the draw, of course. You'll be with us till midday tomorrow, and you jet off on your overseas excursion yourself, Pete.
Yeah, looking forward to that one. Off to the motherland, England. The Tri-Nations.
Well, it depends where you're from, really, isn't it?
Where are you?
Yeah. I could have said Poland.
4 Nations, and we're going over there to report on the whole carnival, and you'll be able to hear that and listen to all the colour and atmosphere of the United Kingdom Festival coming up next Saturday on Bar TV Sports.
That's right, as the ball comes out wide now. Second half has started, and so have this Japanese development side, getting them over the 40-metre line, sorry.
It's an impressive attacking structure from Japan. They've been holding their spacing while going sideline to sideline yet again. And you see that they've got just a really nice shape, keeping their depth and able to produce the ball. But now it's Ausbox that come away with the ball. Again, physical in that breakdown.
Always very physical, the Ausbox side. And they've been an absolute treasure to this tournament here on the Central Coast Sevens. And again, great work of the breakdown by Japan. Offside. She's going to get a yellow card, I think, here maybe. Deliberate offside, intentional. No, the cheese stays in the sock.
So it's either that or it's going to be persistent infringement. We've seen a lot of penalties against the Ausbox in these breakdowns. So Japan benefiting from being able to reset with the ball. Kind of getting high on that penalty count, though. We might be watching for the cheese later.
That's right, the slice of cheese. And, they might not need it as it opens up out wide. And that's another penalty there to the Japanese side, just creeping above the shoulders. Quick tap taken again. Ball comes out. Long ball thrown. Hakono's on the outside. Here she is. Has she got the pace? We know she has. Can she get around? Oh, the palm comes out. What about the strength in that as she streaks away to the try line, Peter?
Oh, beautiful work by the Japanese. Get a highlights reel of that and put it on the scissor wheel. We want to have a look at this. And you know what? We're going to have a look at this scintillating try. Check this out. From 40 metres out from their own end of the field, they went over into the Ausbox half. The big palm, don't argue with me. Don't argue with me, she says. I'm from Japan. I'll win any day of the week.
Wow, look at the strength by the much smaller player. I tell you what, the other player just hasn't got up yet. So
yeah,
we'll try and get a number. Erica Fowler, is it?
Erica Fowler actually suffered a broken nose and a dislocated jaw about 2 weeks ago, so that palm up to the face is something that they're really going to monitor closely.
Yeah, certainly the head concussion rule will come into play here, and she'll take some sideline time, and we get a bit of a look there, and doesn't look in a good way. As exciting as it was, you never want to see that happen to a player, but wow, Hakono, what a palm, what a fend. That's as good as fend as you'll see anywhere in the world, including yourself at Wyong Lee's club on a Saturday night, Pete.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. That was the biggest. Well, yeah, the women put the palm on me just to clear that up.
That's what I mean.
I was just letting you walk yourself in and out of this again. Yeah. Good action here by Japan on the field. They won their own kickoff. They come away with the ball again. Another penalty. It's more Japan ball. They're just dominating the second half.
Yeah, this is Kurakora.
If I was the Australian side, I'd be very worried coming up against this Japanese development side. They look the goods at the moment as they...
Shimizu here.
Especially pitching the shutout, too. Their sweeper, again, that number 10, doing a fantastic job when they are on defense, and she's provided the speed on offense, too, so she'd be a real threat to any of the teams playing against her this weekend.
Well, the two players out wide at the moment, Tanaka and Hanoko, they're the ones to watch out for, as is this player with ball in hand, Hirano. As they go back towards the left, there was space on the right, so they'll probably come back this way this time. Thought it may have been a little knock on there, but referee disagrees, as is quite often the fashion here in the Bar TV box, and here she comes again. They shift it wide.
Yeah, she had the chance to break up the middle there. Didn't quite get through, but they've got the numbers to the right and a big gap splitting between the Ausbox second and last defenders. But Japan's ball handling, putting them backwards a bit, so it's pressure from the Ausbox doing the job to prevent the try. About 2.5 minutes left in the game. And again, Japan probably pretty happy with the shutout so far.
And again, they draw the penalty at the breakdown. So really showing their class and showing what world-class coaching can do for a side. Not that the Ausbox haven't got the world-class coaching, but they're the Japanese development side for a reason.
Well, and they'll be on a long build here. They're looking forward to hosting the Olympics in 2020, of course, hosting the 15s World Cup in 2019, and there's going to be just heaps of rugby their way. And then we've got the Rugby World Cup coming to San Francisco in 2018. So just because the Rio Olympics are done doesn't mean they're not playing their hardest, trying to earn their contracts and earn their spots, and building into this next Olympic cycle.
Well, this Central Coast Sevens, the second biggest tournament outside the Olympics, so they'd be happy here to come away with a win of this prestigious tournament, and this is going to do their chances no harm at all. They're pulled up short. Good counter-rucking on the far side by the Ausbox, and that will be a penalty, so relieving a little bit of pressure. 17-0. It's almost out of their grasp.
And Japan has a player down on the field. Their physio taking care of her, so they're going to be playing 6-on-7 while they get this player looked at.
Yeah, Sakura, looks like she's got a bit of a limp there. Or that ball goes forward, almost like your national game. It's almost like a quarterback throwing downfield to a wide receiver there, Liz.
Almost. It's a shame that she was a little bit limping, like you mentioned there, too, because that would have been a great opportunity for her to shoot that gap. You love seeing, or at least I should say, I love seeing the intercepts in the game of sevens when people just pick off that ball and go the other way. It's a thrilling try.
There we saw Tanaka on screen. Hasn't seen too much ball here. She's got herself a try. And she's got a bit of space on the right-hand side at the moment, which will be interesting to see if they go that way. Yeah, they try to, but good pressure. And here she goes now, Tanaka, the little goose step, and too easy. She gets around, scores in the corner, Pete.
Yeah, she made it look simple. And there you go, another try. Well, the tries just keep on ticking away. It's 22-0. We've only got 20 seconds to go in the match as well. So a comprehensive victory here over the Ozbox. Let's have a look at the replay, how she got away to the try line for that 5-pointer.
I'll just stop you there, Pete. The skill shown there. She had the ball in the left hand, swapped it over to the right, ready for the palm. Now that is something to behold, and that's a skill that, you know, that professional players don't even hold sometimes.
Gareth, I was going to notice the same thing. You beat me to it.
Sorry.
I also like the fact that she scored off, again, a broken play there. So we saw the Japan back set up where they were in a split formation, their fly half straight back, and still able to get the ball off for the try. And again, when we're looking at these pools and looking at point differential, these extras at the end are going to matter.
Yeah, they certainly are. We've said that all day, especially some of the upsets that we've seen. Of course, the biggest upset of the day was the Australian side going down in their first match, which, you know, they have to score now a plethora of tries.
So, Liz, in our next match coming up, we've got the Aussie Pearls. How do you see this one going for the Pearls?
Taking on the Indigenous side.
The Indigenous side, yeah.
I think this will be a very interesting match. There's a lot of talent around for the Indigenous side, and it'll be interesting to see whether or not they've got the girl of Moran playing, who, if you remember, she went viral, kicking that goal from the sideline in a rugby league match. She's quite a talented player.
Yeah, she can bang them over from anywhere. She is quite talented, and that's what you get in this competition. You know, talented players that, you know, they want to go on and make a name for themselves. And this is a great moment here, though, right now on screen. We've got the Ozbox and the Japanese here just forming a picture that will be edged in Central Coast Sevens history here. And great to see all the girls getting along with one another. It's a real family atmosphere, isn't it, here at this tournament?
It is, and I think that's something that's fantastic about our sport worldwide, is that we go to these competitions and we see teams, you know, in the U.S., up in Canada, come to Australia. We'll see teams when we play in the Caribbean. There's a big tournament that takes place in Tobago, has since moved to Barbados for this year.
Get us over there.
Yeah, oh, see, they might need some commentary work there.
I used to live in Nassau in the Bahamas, so we see there the sponsors, the University of Newcastle, Kinesio, Central Coast, Custom Trophies, the Grand Hotel at Wyong, Panarotti's Pizza and Pasta, and of course, a 7 squadron run by the tournament director, Craig Morgan, and great work supporting the Central Coast Sevens here, especially University of Newcastle, Destination New South Wales, and of course, Kinesio, putting in the valued prize money on the women's side of the draw.
Liz, just tell me about the USA Sevens. You got your pants on and that. Is it tough these days with budgets to keep teams going around the world? How does that all come about these days?
I think if anything, it's just grown. It's gotten so much bigger. So there's more competition, which is fantastic because it's kind of saying like rising waters raise all ships. We have teams in the U.S. like our Stars Rugby Sevens team, as well as Atlantis, Team Scion. We've got new Olympic development academies. So what's replaced maybe our past representative rugby structure have now been these located academies. Scion is in Washington, D.C. We have Atavis in Seattle in Southern California, and then the American Rugby Pro Training Center in Little Rock, Arkansas, which our Stars team does a lot of work with. We see some of the developing coaches as well as some of the former USA coaches getting involved, and just lots of camps going on. So where we used to play within our territories, kind of like all your different states that, you know, play up in nationals, now we're seeing elite all-star competitions growing. We had an elite CC7s competition too, both men and women getting together before the Harlequins came over and played our USA side. And, of course, in 2 weeks, then, there's going to be a huge rugby carnival when the All Blacks take on Ireland in Chicago.
Wow.
So the sport just keeps growing. I mean, we've got a new professional competition for men. So 5 professional teams, a lot of former stars from New Zealand coming over and getting their last runs in.
Of course, Tamana Tahu, of course, the ex-Wallaby and Waratahs player, of course, NRL player. He had a good season over there this year.
Yep, we had the Denver Stampede, were the champions of our first inaugural pro rugby competition. And this year in our National Sevens competitions, it was the Scion Rugby Academy that took home the gold for the women's comp. And a lot of those players now are preparing for USA Sevens is in camp right now in Chula Vista at the Olympic Training Center. And then we have our USA 15s team getting ready to go over and take on a test match with France. So they'll be playing a series, much like your Wallaroos taking on the Silver Ferns later today, or now.
Yeah, 3
o'clock kickoff, yeah?
It's the kickoff there, and of course it's live over on Fox Sports. as is all the matches tonight, the Bledisloe Cup. But let's get into this match. It's the Aussie Pearls, the green side, taking on the national Indigenous women's side. And there's talent stacked in both sides here, and I'm expecting this to be quite a close game, with fitness probably prevailing there, as the ball going over the top of Caitlin Moran. Had, of course, Caitlin coming from Newcastle, Bar TV coming from Newcastle as well. She played Youth Olympics, Sevens. She's played in the Gillaroos as well. And as we said before, you might remember, she's the player that kicked that magnificent goal from the sideline that went all around the world and really putting women's sport on the map. So she's playing. She's having a crack at Sevens. She's in this Indigenous side. She's playing in the number 5 jersey. There's certainly some stars in the making in both sides. We've seen the Aussie Pearls, the green side, play already here today. Mahalia Murphy certainly out there making the tackle. She was one of the points of difference in the last game they played, as the ball's taking up now, and they look like they've got a good attacking opportunity here. The green side playing in blue, which is a little bit confusing for our viewers out there. In any case, we've had a few tweets in as Mahalia Murphy just misses on the clean out, and the ball stays alive as Shani Williams takes a nice ball, and it goes now to Murphy. Let's see what she can do. She straightens the attack. She spins out of it. Oh, bumps off a defender there. She's 10 out as the ball now looking to come wide. May not need it. They've got an overlap here, and this should be an easy try to Hopkin.
Yeah, Hopkin just goes over untouched. First try to the Aussie Pearls, and that was quite a nice way to bring up 5 points there, Liz.
Yeah, they definitely had to work for it. Lloydie's, of course, doing a great job on defense, sliding over, making a lot of physical tackles and a lot of hits, and eventually the space opened to the right side. So I think it was well done by both teams, playing good rugby out there. There's a lot of defense inside the 22, and it's one of those where you're on the field and you have the ball. You're like, eventually this has to happen. We have to get this try. It's going to come. Not the prettiest of kicks, so it'll remain 5-0 here to Aussie Pearls green. Or is it just Aussie green? My apologies.
No, it's the Aussie Pearls green. It's quite a mouthful. But in any case, both sides spreading their talent, which is really good to see. This side boasts the likes of Quirk and Cherry.
Yeah, I had a chat with Charlotte Caslick's dad, Don, who, of course, runs the Tribe Sevens team, his players all across the tournament rather than entering as their own squad for the weekend. And he mentioned, that it was a pretty even split. So rather than having, like, Aussie and development, that they're just splitting and getting everyone valuable minutes. Yeah,
I think it's good. It's good to get the experience and combinations up. The quick tap's taken there as Moran was caught with the ball. Stepping on the inside, coming across. And here's the overlap again. And it's Shani Williams. Oh, she takes it into Moran. Good front on tackle there, Pete.
Sure was. There's a chance still down the blind side for the Australians. They'll get there. Try time to Georgie.
Georgie Fredericks.
Ah, Georgie. Everybody wants to be Georgie's girl.
That was Jesse's girl.
It was. I just changed it.
No,
there was a song. Hey there, Georgie
if
girl.
you scores try like that, then everyone can be Georgie.
Hey there, Georgie girl.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Certainly. And we see her on screen there, scoring a great try, coming into this development side. Certainly she's been around the 7 scene for a couple of years now. And one of the players of the future.
Yeah, it'll be really great to see how they come across then for the next World Cup and then, of course, for the Olympics. And I think quite a few of these girls have experience playing in competitions like the World University Games and then, of course, playing all around here in your Australia National Sevens competitions, whether it be with New South Wales or Queensland. And, well, those are the 2 territories I know because the 2 I've been to.
Well, get yourself down to Victoria. Of course, this tournament sponsored by Destination New South Wales. So where else would you be when you come here?
I think one of these days I'll have to get down to Melbourne and spend some time in Canberra, too.
I could see you on a tram.
I've had a hard enough time driving, so I'll take any other form of transportation. It's been a little harrowing being on the roads here, having to drive on the opposite side.
I beg your pardon. You drive on the opposite side.
Well, it's opposite, right?
On the right side of the road. 2 rights make a wrong. In any case, we'll have a scrum. First one of the match, is it? We'll go to our producer. Yes, the head nods again. Doing a great job here, all the support staff here for Bar TV Sports. Sykes with an incisive run and gets the ball away as they track towards the sideline. The Indigenous side doing well, good defending. Now they're looking to use the width of the field towards the left. They'll straighten up the attack. Boyle still going. Can't get the arm free, can't get the ball away. So now, looking for the pass, unmarked, out wide. Doesn't use it though. Southwell goes herself. So she'll set up the play. She's still standing in the tackle. Good strength shown by the number 11 there, Lavina Phillips, for the Indigenous side. She hails from Redfern. Of course, these players coming from all over Australia. Cairns, as far up as Cairns, Newcastle, New South Wales country players. So it's a real conglomerate.
Yeah, for being such a mix, they're doing a fantastic job on defense, holding Australia here just to a 10-0 lead, and they've been playing almost this entire game inside of their own 22. Would love to see what they can do with ball in hand on the attack once they cross the halfway line and create some space for themselves. So we'll have to see if they can get a kick downfield, maybe borrow a page from some of the teams we've seen earlier today that have been doing well with the kicking and clearing game.
Well, Fressard on the wing, we know she's quick. Oh, good scrum by the Pearls Green side. They'll have to set up the play here as they offload the pass. Moran's on the outside. They don't use her, though. It's an interesting match race if she does get the ball in hand between her and Fressard. Hailing from the Central Coast. So in front of a home crowd. Oh, the ball comes around, and that will be a try. So they go over again, the green side. Now, Drew Tonks has got something to say on the far side. The sideline man. Is she going for a card? Yes, she is. It's going to be a card and some time in the bin for Evie Everton. Hailing from Queensland. She's played in the Australian development side herself.
And here it is on the replay of how Hannah Southwell was able to get the 5-pointer for the Aussie Pearls Green. Look at this. There's the other big palm, and over she goes.
Good strength as we hear the halftime who to go, Liz, and something to take out of that match, that half, sorry.
Well, again, it was all Aussie Pearls on the attack. It was a lot of defense out of the Lloydies. Would like to see them again, have the opportunity to create something downfield. See your girl Moran and her speed. See if those the league skills transfer over, of course. So you have to be happy if you're the coach of Australia. Another shutout here for the first half. And, gosh, it's going to be a bit tricky for the Lloydies. Being down one player here, they're going to be short 2 minutes into the second half of play. But sometimes that just brings the teams together.
And of course, Moran, she plays in the Newcastle competition. She plays for the Merewether Carlton Club, the greatest club in Australia, Merewether Carlton. So that's where she's playing at the moment.
Liz, you get around to all these tournaments. I should clear that up.
Yes.
How do you rate this tournament on the big scale?
I think the competition here can't be beat. There's a fantastic structure. I mean, the facilities here in the stadium is great. The fact that the games are streamed and that all of our fans back home can watch no matter where in the world they are is fantastic. And coming back here now, being 3 years in a row, it's so fun seeing the same faces and being able to kind of see where you mark up. So if we were, had our full star side again, playing against the same teams can really give us a measure of our development work. But it's a good crowd. I know that if it was sunnier, we'd have even more, or if there weren't all the tests going on today too. But the work that Craig Morgan does in setting up this tournament and the amount of social media and attention that he's drawn into the sport and to the Central Coast itself is fantastic. And I think this year, more than any other, we saw teams getting here earlier than before and really spending time out in the community too.
Yes, certainly. And we can see Tim Walsh coming from the sideline as the Indigenous side goes back on the field. Big yawn there from Aston Aiden. She'll have to perk up in this second half if they're going to be any sort of chance of pulling back some points here.
Yep, everyone's going to be wanting to position themselves well heading into the Cup quarterfinals tomorrow. So we'll have 8 of the teams up in the Cup draw, 4 down in the bowl. And not only do these teams win equal prize money to the men, they also get entry into Fiji's prestigious Coral Coast Sevens competition. So last year, I know Australia men and women both won the tournament here, both qualified over and got to play rugby in Fiji. Something that's on our bucket list for our STARS program to do.
Yeah, for sure. And we go forward now. taking them close to the 22-yard line. Moran's on the outside. Oh, she almost comes through the hole, changes direction.
Yeah, I think the placement of the referee made that a difficult hole to take, but that's exactly what we wanted to see out of Lloydies to open this half, is to have the ball in hand and be able to get downfield. So right now there's going to be a scrum just outside of the 22-meter, but one of their first real attacking opportunities.
Almost getting the ball there and just overrunning the play, but the thought was certainly there. And if this National Indigenous women's side is going to be any shot, you'd only think that those two players there trying to link up are the key to getting some play going. We see Moran, she's on the left, but I have a feeling she may track towards the right just the way she's set up there.
Yep, well, it's tough right now because they are short of players. So with this scrum, they've just got two backs and have to create whatever options they can offensively. So it's going to be one way or the other, and that's going to be about it, is one phase, and we'll see how fast the forwards get over to support.
Well, they lose the scrum there, so now it's a 2-on-1 situation, and 2-on-1 it is, and has she got the pace? We know she's a very, very quick as she streaks away for a very good try. Fressard, the local girl, playing in front of her home crowd, scores a good try.
Just getting an update, Gareth, from Field 2. The New Zealand Wasps have been defeated by Avoca Beach, 15 points to 10.
Well, Avoca Beach, as we learnt earlier on from Liz, have a couple of what we like to dub ring-ins in their side. So they're from the Avoca club, but they've certainly got a few invitational players themselves.
They do. The New South Wales Sevens program run by Nathan McMahon has actually spread its players amongst multiple teams here. So Avoca Beach has Nita Maynard and Inge Visser from the Netherlands both playing on their team. My apologies to any of the other girls from that program that are also helping Avoca out. But really great because you get some talented, skilled players on the field and able to, raise the game of everyone around them. And so, having the local Avoca girls.
Well, I think it's great having a local side in this tournament. And, of course, Jesse Perret, the tournament ambassador, comes from the Avoca club himself.
Oh, he's fantastic. We spent time with him on Wednesday in his Sense rugby program, got to run around with the kids, and, just thrilling for them, too. And, of course, he showed up in his Australia Olympic gear, and his wife, Carly, doing a great job with that program as well. They have a booth here at the tournament, so if you make it down tomorrow, get a chance to go say hello. They're working with Sport Matters and just doing a fantastic job growing the game of rugby and a great ambassador for the Central Coast Sevens tournament.
Yeah, sure, and Jesse will be joining us in the box tomorrow afternoon as well, which will be a pleasure to have him here. He was quite good on the lip last time he was in the Bar TV box.
And that's when he was playing league, wasn't it? He took a little bit of a break with the West Tigers.
It was the year before when he was still playing, but he was injured when he came into the box in 2014.
Life's just going so quick, Liz, isn't it?
It's
here we
go.
go.
Quick as this Sevens game out here, Pete. As Fressard's on the outside, we know she's quick. I'll say it again, and she'll score again.
Oh, Fressard, easy as you like in the corner of game. Well, Australia just pounding on the pressure and pounding on the points. 27 to blot, Liz.
This green team might be trying to match the gold team before that reached the 55-point margin of victory in their earlier match. Be fantastic to see these two teams clash against each other tomorrow, but of course a lot of rugby yet to be played. They have 3 minutes here left in the match. And we'd like to see another attacking opportunity. Lloydies are going to be at full strength. The time is up on their yellow card, has been for about a minute of play.
As the kick comes across, it hits the post. It looked good. For the second time today, we see it waved away because of a nice shot. And look at that shot coming into focus there, the Central Coast Sevens ball.
Can I just throw something into the equation?
I don't know. Is it going to be algebra?
Maybe
or just simple maths?
Simple maths. If the ball hits the post, the uprights, do you think we should give a point?
No.
No. Okay.
Not at all. A miss is a miss. And it's not AFL.
They do that in rugby league, though, don't they? If
no,
they're playing nines,
AFL.
they do like the golden
AFL.
Golden point.
Golden point.
If you score under the post.
Oh, no, it's got to go over the black dot.
Okay,
it's a field goal.
All
1
right.
point. But I just thought with sevens,
it's been spilled, and that's a try. Sorry to cut you off for your benign talk there, Pete. It's been over. But it's been disallowed. Sorry.
No, I'm loving all these new adjectives that you're throwing at me today.
I don't even know if that's a word, to be honest.
It's in the dictionary after that. But have a look. This is on the scoreboard. This will be in tomorrow's Newcastle Morning Herald and papers across Australia.
She just juggled it. No
Now
try.
there's going to be a scrum here.
Well, that won't be
You were
in
too
tomorrow's
busy.
Newcastle
You were
Morning
too
Herald.
busy trying to work out complex mathematical solutions to what is an easy game, Peter.
Should I just keep it to the kiss then? Keep it simple, stupid?
Yeah, just keep it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself.
Don't try and make an acronym out of that, Peter, as we go back down to the play, Liz.
Yep, so we see another knock-on. We're going to have another scrum awarded, this time to Lloydies. So we'll see if they can get a clean ball out, and I would imagine trying to clear it downfield if they can.
Yeah, fantastic. We've got a huge crowd
Up
in the
party
commentary box tonight.
The party box, Peter.
The party box. We've got the cake.
Hashtag party box, hashtag CC7s.
Yeah.
If you want to get involved in the action here, like these women on display from the Aussie Pearl side.
There's
Certainly.
a nice switch out of the Pearls, and of course the cutback. Finding themselves in the Lloydies defense, it's been pretty stout all game long. You know, Australia with 27 points, you'd look at it and say, yeah, it's a bit of a runaway. But these Lloydies have been playing some tight defense.
Well, they just score another try there. Detort goes untouched.
Liz, you mentioned earlier today that Gareth and myself, we launched your media career around the world. Can you give us a few pointers of what you've learnt from the likes of NBC and CNN?
Oh, I haven't made it quite that far yet. Just
ESPN.
some different invitationals and tournaments around the U.S. and was fortunate
Do
to
they
do
do
our,
it any different to us here at Bar TV?
You know, one of the things they told me from World Rugby was the importance of silence.
Yes. Well, that doesn't exist here.
Not at all. It's all about the banter.
Silence is not golden.
It ain't radio.
So we thank you very much for your time. We're going to have a couple of Deveta players come up now, Liz. We'll talk to you, obviously, tomorrow. We love your thoughts. We love your analysis of the women's game. And, of course, rugby in general. It's always a pleasure to have you up here.
Thank you so much, and I'll make sure that I bring you some of our other Star swag for tomorrow.
No worries. Just
wicked.
bring it up before midday. Thanks, Liz. See you next
Cheers.
week. Bye-bye.
We'll see you tomorrow,
See you
Pete.
tomorrow.
Pete will.
When do you go home, Liz? When do you fly out of Australia?
We go down to Sydney on Monday night and fly out Tuesday morning.
Yes.
Yep.
What's this now? Your third trip to Australia?
Yep, third
Wow.
trip to Australia, but you know, we've spent so much time here that it's been fantastic, and we've actually had a lot of these players from the tournament then come and join our Stars program and tours in the USA. One of them actually being young Tom Connor with the Australia men. He's started at hooker in one of the games I saw earlier. Played with us in Las Vegas and Vancouver, and there's a few other men we've seen around on other teams here too that have been part of our player pool. Again, because of these pathways and relationships we've created. So we'll be forever indebted to Australia for all it's provided.
Good on you, Liz.
It's awesome, Liz, and thanks again for joining us. Your thoughts and commentary is always appreciated by not only us at Bar TV, but all our viewers and listeners around the world.
It's a history-making day today, too, Liz, for ratings. We've broken the record for 3 years, so well done. You've paid a big tribute to that. So we'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye for now.
Well, we're going to go down now to Katja, who's got an interview for us exclusively, and here she is.
So we're here with Asa from the Lloydies. So how is it playing against Olympic gold medal winners? What does it mean?
Yeah, it was pretty exciting just to come up again. We knew it was going to be a hard game, but yeah, it was a good little clash, yeah.
But you held your own. It was good defense there.
Yeah, for a team that never actually trains together, we did really well.
So you've been part of the Lloydies program for 11 years now. So
Yeah. Oh no, it's great work. Tommy does a great job there, developing and always having these opportunities for the younger kids to come in and have a game of rugby. Yeah, good.
And you've come from all over Australia to be part of this tournament now.
Yeah. Up Cairns, and then we got a couple of girls from down south, so yeah, it's good.
Fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, there she is, Katja, getting all the exclusives, and great to have one of the national Indigenous players on the Bar TV footage. As we see now, the Australian side, we saw them score almost 50 points in the last match, taking on the West Harbour Pirates. Of course, Terry coaching them, and there's a few scatterings of talent from all over the place in this match here. Interesting to see how they go.
The Aussie men, the likes of Quinn, Kingston, Howard, your mate Connor. And of course, they're coached by Andy Friend. So the Australians just waiting for their opposition to meet them out onto the middle of the park. They're out there now, and we're about to get underway. Australia to kick off, and they'll be running right to left on the screen.
Yeah, Stannard has the ball, and a couple of these West Harbour players that may fancy themselves. There's a player out there by the name of Dylan Rowney playing in the 6 jersey. Hails from Newcastle, and he is absolutely electric. So it'll be interesting to see when he gets the ball if he can do anything against this Australian men's side. Very good kick-off, but the West Harbour, the Pirates, come up with it. The ankle tap's almost there. Kennewell comes up with a bit of a limp, but he's okay. And here's Rowney now. Rowney stepping. Oh, he's taken quite high. Referee says play on.
So here they come, Gareth, outside the 22. They're looking around, looking for support. They might just find it if they can break free.
Oh, Tuisi, he's a big lad, isn't he? The 12 for West Harbour. Not releasing there. Stannard takes the quick tap. We'll see how they go here. As they go wide, oh, the gap opens up. Wells on the inside. And that is Kaslik over for a try.
Well, you hit the nail on the head. The gap opened up, and the Australians, they went straight to that gap. And only a matter of 5 seconds later into that gap, they were able to score their first 5-pointer of the clash with a kick to come. 5 minutes gone. This is the huge gap that you call, Gareth, in the call. And the Australians, well, is that the first of many here this afternoon?
Myers, it opened up, didn't it? I think I called him Wells, but I don't know, where did I get that from?
That's his PM name.
There's no water, there's plenty of water in the well here on the Central Coast. Of course, this tournament brought to you by the University of Newcastle, Australia, Destination New South Wales. Get on, visit newsouthwales.com, and of course, the Central Coast Council. Oh, Jenkins almost comes up with it. Rowney. Oh, he almost got those afterburners going. Extremely quick, young Rowney. Originally hailing from Nelson Bay, the land of plenty.
Mate, you've been up there in the land of plenty, yeah? You know it
right.
well.
My new hometown, I'm almost the Lord Mayor.
Had a great day yesterday at the police rugby as well.
Yeah, great. Shout out to those guys as well for having us.
Yeah.
Ray Hadley was the guest keynote speaker last night at the big charity ball they had, and the country police doing a great job promoting all things rugby.
Bit fiery too in the plate final. The cops went hammer and tong, so have a look at that vision when you can. It's a great day up there at Salamander Bay.
It'll be a match on delay on Monday night on Bar TV Sports, but right now it's the Central Coast Sevens. Stannard's wrestled to the ground, but that's a penalty. So the score's 7-0. The Australian man's, here's Kennewell, straightens the attack. Gets them up towards the 40. Here he is again, Myers. The big loping number 3. Oh, the gap opens up. The dummy's thrown. Mitchell Connor gets it wide. Kennewell backing up again. He's strong. He's tough. He's really tough to put down, but he's done 10 metres out. Here's Kaslik. Myers again. Myers putting on that big step. Oh, great footwork shown by the big man for a try.
Oh, have a look at that on the replay. You said the big man. Looks like Big Bird, that's for sure, the tallest of the Australians. And he just made it look too easy. Here it is here. They switched it from the eastern side to the western side. When he got the ball, they went slipping. He went turning. He went with the physical force. And over he went for the second Australian try.
Yeah, wow. He's grown throughout the day, hasn't he? As you see the big number 3 with the Qantas. Well, we talked about the frequent flyers before. He's certainly earned himself in the last couple of matches at least 10,000 points and a shower in the Qantas Lounge.
Yeah. He's going for quadruple Qantas points next time, Gareth. Australia, we predicted 14 points to 0. They cracked 50 last time. Are we seeing a similar result here? They'll get the ball back and they'll go on to the attack here, Gareth. 22 metres out from the opposition's line. Here they come, the Australians again. That ball's on the ground. It's been picked up. It's been dissected. Comes back then out of Kasich. Oh, they've bombed it out here. I think the try scorer Myers has just put it down. Back it comes to the Pirates. Well,
the Pirates are really sticking to this Australian side. They're playing the structures. And we saw in the last game, you can't afford to switch off against this Australian Thunderbolts side because they will make you pay. But this West Harbour side looks pretty well drilled and heading for a big series of 7s this year. As Rowney finds himself on the wing. The ball comes out. The ball's a little bit slow to come out there, and they'll look to set up play midfield. Good strength shown there by the big number 2 Masters. Has been around for some time in the Shoot Shield competition. A big loping run there as the ball spread wide. Oh, nice footwork shown. Keeping the ball alive as the ball will now come out. Oh, unmarked on the outside. He'd be filthy, wouldn't he? Big Albert Tuisu, sorry. As they take the quick tap. And they go towards the left-hand side. Tapay gets it to Rowney, and Rowney, oh, nicely played inside. Tapay getting the ball again. The flick pass out. They'll need to set up the play. Oh, the big Harbour Bridge pass. Let's see what happens here. The West Harbour Pirates. They're showing very good control, and they've created the overlap. The Australian side scrambling. Jenkins comes across in cover. 22 out, popping the ball up. Advantage being played now to the Pirates side. Stannard getting through a mountain of defence. The hard-working Australian veteran. And good tackle there, and the Australian defence is it's exemplary, just moving with the attack, really lining up, but that's going to be a penalty. Quick tap taken. They're all offside there. Myers picking up, and that's advantage now played. Rowney has the ball as they go wide.
A little bit of momentum here. Let's see if they can put it together. Are they about to put it together? Oh, the Australians put them together and absolutely crunched them. That was Campbell out the back. Here's a chance. Can they reach out? They somersault their way to the line. Ball's on the ground. Australia come up with it.
Well, Kaslich came up with a try-saving tackle and steal, but the advantage was being played, so the West Harbour side, they have another chance.
This is it here on the replay. Look how close they got. So close, yet so far. As we come back to the live action, there's a try. First try. They're over underneath the black dot. 14-5 here, Gareth.
Yeah, we were running the replay there. Just saw the back end of that try. But it was a good one nonetheless. As we might be able to get a full look at it here if we captured it. And we see there, yeah, the play set up the inside ball to Tapay. And Tapay backing up, and it's a good try.
I like that angle. Looks good. Looks classy. Very nice. See the blood, the sweat, and the tears coming from our tight camera as we come back up to the wide shot. Well, that's their first try. 14 points to 5. 14-9 actually on the official scoreboard over here at the ground.
Yeah, they've changed that now. It's 14-7.
14-7.
Because he's converted. He's converted, Peter.
That was quick. He needed to be, and he was. So there you go. Both of the sides just on screen, huddling. It's 14-7. And there's the shot from way up in the grandstand here. As you can see, the crowd, well, they haven't gone home.
No, they certainly, if anything, they built.
Yeah.
Spread themselves a little bit over the other couple of fields, but certainly the crowd has grown.
Yeah,
strength in numbers here at Wyong.
As you said, we've been coming here for a number of years now, but for the first day attendance, this is exceptional, considering that we've had all that rain overnight, and, a lot of time the rain and ahs people, but nobody has been turned away here. They've got down here in their numbers, which is great to see. So 14-7, take the field 2 over here is absolutely chock-a-block with cars too, so massive day. A massive day coming up tomorrow too on Bar TV Sports.
Well, it's a carnival atmosphere here. The DJ's playing all the hits from the 80s and 90s.
Really?
Yeah,
Good
all your
stuff.
favourite song. Baby Got Back's playing in the background at the moment. It will go now to a West Harbour kickoff for the second half. 3 more games remaining here on Bar TV's coverage of the Central Coast Sevens. As that high kick goes forward, taken very nicely in the end by Van der Watt. Jenkins takes a quick tap. Myers advances. Kaslik doing well as Kennewell. He's over on the far touchline. Bootlace tackle by the West Harbour defence, Pete.
So the Aussies here. They love the run. Here they go again. Oh, nice tackle, wasn't it?
Came across. It's going to
Yeah.
be called high, and he's going to find himself with some time in the bin here.
Yeah, you'll
The cards come out.
pull it out.
Cheese has been sliced. He can't believe it. Shakes his head. But yeah, it certainly came across. Swinging arm. And Stannard. That's as heavy as he's been hit in a while. As
Here
we
it
see
is.
there, yeah, just wasn't too much in it, but certainly the arm came from above the player's head, so deemed as swinging.
So James Stannard, there he is, giving it away. Comes out the back door. Australia palming their way to the goal line. Here they go again.
Yeah, Van der Watt, he showed some very good strength there as he went towards the line, didn't he? And he's done it all day. He had Jenkins on the outside, but didn't use him. And it was a good, well-worked set-piece play. The gap opened up. Oh, look at the big palm to the face.
I reckon throughout the week we need to edit together the Palmathon highlights of this tournament. We have seen plenty of palms leading to plenty of tries.
It's almost Palm Beach here, Pete.
Very close to it. Only a bit of water between us, Garrett. Here's the kick now. Stannard bringing it to the left. No change of score. So 19-7 here. 5 minutes to go, second half.
Yeah, that certainly wasn't his best kick, Stannard. Of course, something that he's worked on prolifically over the last couple of years, and he's one of the best kickers in world rugby in the sevens.
And don't forget, log on to centralcoast7s.com.au for all the action as well. As we see here we go. Myers has put the foot down, and Myers goes untouched underneath the black dot.
Well, blink and you'll miss it. As you said, get on the Central Coast website. But Myers, he stopped you in your tracks there, Pete, and he scored, and he's been very good throughout the tournament. He's only got better throughout the day, and look at the kickoff. The big man jumps up, and look, no one can get across when he winds up, showing plenty of pace there.
Mate, he's no slouch to the try line. He's picked up plenty of tries. There he is, there, the big man coming off. Maybe a little bit inspired back in the tennis day from Pat Cash.
Yeah, the headband there. I'm not so sure why these Sevens players have got the strapping around the head purely for their funky hairstyles, I'd imagine.
So they take the tap, and the Pirates here just searching their way towards a gap, but the gap just as closes, just as quick. Raised arm penalty. Yeah, what's the ball doing here?
The ball's going to be taken quickly to pay, has it? The try scorer.
Dishing it out to the edge here, Gareth, as we see now. Phil Kenner offloads. Oh, nice tackle there. Who was that? That was Tommy Connor.
Yeah, Top Connor, he's certainly proving himself coming off the bench for this Australian side. Oh, spinning there and met in a very heavy tackle.
Bit of Ruka there. Another penalty.
Yeah, offside, says the referee.
So they're inching their way down inside the 22 here. Let's see what they can do. They take the tap. 24 points to 7 here on the Destination New South Wales scoreboard. So back there now to Henrik Anthony. He's with the ball. Wow, we don't see that every day of the week. Just brushing them off flies to get to the ball to allow them attacking play. Yeah,
Jenkins.
Shot of the match.
They swarmed them then.
On Katua. So another penalty coming their way. So again, they've got all the possession here. Can they turn this possession into points? Storming their way inside the 22. Now offloading. Oh, they've bombed it. A try has gone begging.
Oh, unlucky there. Everything was done until the last pass. He brushed off everybody there, including Stannard, and just the pass didn't go into his hands. He needed it in the breadbasket, and he could have fallen over the line, Peter.
Vatuna Karuka. I feel sorry for him. So close to a try. Fingertip control just in the end let him down. But, oh, boy.
Yeah, Vatuna unlucky there, but take nothing away. Tuasui, he certainly led it, didn't he? The big number 12. He spent some time in the bin, but he's back on and looking to make up for it. And that's a good scrum there, led by that man. Oh, Coward's back on the field.
Oh, what a
Throwing
shot.
the ball. Oh, good shot again. And there's a bit of push and shove here. It's
Yeah.
a penalty.
1 minute left. They want their second of the match. Are they about to get it? Hawkins. He offloads. Tulse. 2 metres away from the line. Oh, back to Australia. Wow. They've had more than enough opportunities, Gareth, but...
They just haven't been able to convert. Maybe the sense of occasion playing against the Australian men's side has got to them here. They've panicked a couple of times, but certainly have done everything to almost win it as that ball comes directly to us and it's held up in the wind.
There's the flag blowing in that wind that Gareth has mentioned there. Still coming out of the south. So Australia running into it, but it's not any reflective on the scoreboard, is it? 26 points to 7. Have they got another try in them, the Aussies?
Well,
Wrapped
Kingston
up. Yeah, Kingston
on the far side. Hasn't seen much game time this half, and the quick tap was taken by Kaslik offside. So he's going to get a yellow card as well. So for the second time in the match, they find themselves a man down, Pete.
Yeah, with 25 on the clock remaining. Here's a kick and chase. Can the Australians get it back? They do get it back. What a try. What a kick. And what a try.
Coward.
Oh, Coward. Put that down for the best kick and chase in the tournament's history.
Oh, what about it? 13 minutes and 30 down. And they come up with a brilliant kick from Stannard. He summed it up. There was nobody at home.
You want a replay?
I want a replay as Coward streaks away. Stannard did all the work, summed it up. That's the whistle. That's the full time. And the Australian side come away with it 33 points to 7.
33 points to 7. The final score over West Harbour. Brilliant tries, dazzling tries by the Australians.
So we're going to go down now to catch on the sidelines, getting all the exclusives from RTV Sports.
Thanks, guys. So we have Andy Friend, Aussie Sevens coach. First time in Central Coast?
Yeah, first time for me. It's a good spot.
And, tournament a few weeks out from Duga, checking out the combinations and new players.
Yeah, we got a lot of new players, but great opportunity for those guys to play together and show us what they've got, I suppose. So it's good to have our fellas and the development team.
So I think next game is going to kick off. Thanks, Andy.
Thank you very much.
Back to the guys.
So we're back now. Peter Jolly, Fijian Police, the tournament favourites, taking on the national Indigenous men's side. This is a match I'm looking forward to.
So the Indigenous men's team running left to right. It'll be Fiji Police to kick off. Let's have some fun here on Saturday afternoon here at the Central Coast Sevens. Who's going to come away with this?
Well, it's going to be a close game as Williams Coveney comes across and sets up the play already for this Indigenous side. Oh, a little grubbing kick, and the thought was there, but just couldn't get it. So we know the Fiji Police can make you pay, and that's just what they might do here as they go away for the try line, but can't get there. The ball comes now into the Indigenous side's hands.
They're throwing it around like only they know how. A little bit of hot potato here in the sevens. We love to see this. We love to see razzle, and we'd love to see a little bit of dazzle, and we'd love to see enterprising line bust like that. And, of course, that was of Goddard.
That's a penalty there as Tonks blows the whistle. Inside, outside, and here come the Fiji Police. Corey Gasa scores a try.
Yeah. First try, we've only had to wait 2, Gareth, only a couple of minutes, and Police unable to do it. 5 points. Well, look at this kick. We'll come up, but we'll go back to the replay of the try because the kick is just going to be thrown over from there. Big right foot step. Left foot step. Come and catch me. Under the post he goes. The conversion has been successful. 7 points to 0. 2 minutes gone, first half.
Yeah, Karoe Gasa, he certainly, when he does put the foot down, the acceleration and the ability to step both ways off both feet and maintain that pace, it's remarkable, Pete. And he takes the kick off to Goddard. Goddard comes up with the ball. He's a tall man.
As a penalty goes the Indigenous men's way, and they don't muck around taking the tap on this occasion. So they're about to spin it out there to the eastern edge and spin it all right.
Whoa.
Here they go with fancy play. That's their number 4 in Mackenzie. And Allen, the ball pops out though, unfortunately for him, and sort of tunnels ball back to the Fijian police way. And now they come away with it here, and now they're going to show the fans why they paid their admission price here this afternoon. And this is why they've paid their $20. They're inside the 22. Nobody's going to get the big number 1. And Tabua, he goes untouched under the post. That's why they've come. That's why they've paid their admission prices for tries like we've just seen right there.
Wow, what about that, Peter? That is unbelievable, remarkable. Look at the turn of foot here as the ball comes on the inside. And as soon as he got the ball, you knew, shut the gates, the palm comes out, tries for the second effort, and Tabua goes untouched almost under the sticks.
Well, there's another try coming from the big palm. Here's the kick now from right in front. Can they add the extras? Yes, they can. So the police, with 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half, leading by 14 points 0, thanks to Destination New South Wales here in the 2016 Central Coast Sevens tournament. We're live, and I think we are exclusive right here on Bar TV Sports.
I think we are exclusive. We certainly are exclusive here on Bar TV Sports as the kick comes downfield.
Here they go again, Gareth. This time it's the Indigenous turn to do what the other position did to them just a minute ago. But look at this tackle. Oh, no, it's half a tackle. And now they're back away, the police. Look at this. Oh, he's a bit of a...
Yeah, Gasa there.
Gasa tried to run out
look,
of gas.
He gets the ball inside. Here we go. It could be a chance here. The step off the left, the right. Gets his body in front of him. It might not be enough as the ball comes inside. And what a try.
Time code that try. 4 minutes into the first half. Another try led from another huge palm.
Yeah, Kurisaru certainly backing up on the inside, but put it down to the man who did the almost pirouette. Karoe Gasa, as we look here, this is the lead-up play. And Sau, look at the strength there shown. Don't get in front of me, he says, and he pops the ball back inside. And that is another try.
Very gutsy. They're taking charge. Very creative footballers, we know that. The Fijian police. Here's the kick, it's successful. So 19 goes now to 21 points to 0. And we've got 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Well, this could be the record for the day here if the Indigenous side don't look out. Every time they've touched the ball, the Fijian police side, they've managed to get points on the board so far. The Indigenous side just need to control the play a little bit more.
So rolling it outside their 22 here. They're just looking around. We've spoken all day about supporting your man with the football. And that's going to be the story of the next minute going into halftime here for the Indigenous side to get down outside their own 22. Let's see if they can do it and how far they can come here. This will help them. They've got a penalty about 18 metres out from their own goal line.
The quick tap's taken.
Surveying their options. They put the right boot to it here.
Almost a banana kick there.
The sun's out too.
And here's Gasa looking for options, finds them. They're dancing away. It looks ominous here as they go up the middle now, trying to take them high, trying to take them low, but they finally take them down 5 out. Oh, close, and he's going to get over there for another try, and that's Aroni Sau. stumbles over the line for a good try. Seems to be copped a bit of a head knock there as well for his efforts.
Yeah, you'll see him here coming onto the ball, crawling his way over. That's determination if you've ever seen it. Not well, but still able to crawl his way over and get the try.
Yeah, just a little bit of a swinging arm by Goddard. Nothing in it. Just ducked into the tackle, and he'll be all right. He shakes it off.
So here's the number 6 with the conversion.
Karawi Gassa.
Gassa. Can he do it, Gareth?
It's anyone's guess. A guesser is as good as yours, Pete.
I reckon he'll do it. Here he is, the try scorer as well.
So 28-0 is the score.
Not long on the clock, there goes the horn. It's blown.
Half time.
Half time. And that is half time. We're into our last. This has got 2 to go. So our next clash, Deveta and New South Wales Sevens. And then we'll have the Hurricanes up against Sydney University.
Well, Catcher, our sideline eye here for today. She's come up and she's going to have a quick chat to us. We love your work down there, Catcher, as always. You've always been a very helpful person for Bar TV Sports, and you're doing a great job down there. What's the buzz like down there at the moment?
Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks for the compliments. Oh, great buzz, and all the teams are really happy and excited. And yeah, I just had a little wander around, and the vibe is really great. It's an awesome tournament, despite the sort of fresh and wet weather.
Well, you're no stranger to sevens. This rates is one of the best sevens competitions in Australia at the moment. Of course, the Coral Coast as well. Tell us a little bit about what happens there.
Well, the Coral Coast is the partner tournament of the Central Coast Sevens, and it is the champion of champions from Central Coast and the Samoan tournament and American Colorado Rugby Town Sevens tournament. So the winners all then come to Fiji, and it's going to be in January. So 18th through 21st of January in Singatoka, which is Rugby Town in Fiji at Lawanga Park. So the police side that we're seeing here now, they're 2 times champions, so they won 2 years in a row now. And the form they're playing in now, they're hard to beat.
Yeah, certainly are, as they streak away for another try. Oh, look at the pace shown. They'll go over in the corner, the police side, and that's Tawake in the corner. We'll let you get back to your duties, Catcher, and we're really enjoying your interviews, adding all the colour for Bar TV's coverage here today.
Thanks, guys.
Here it is on the replay. Gareth, just take a snapshot at this. Don't worry about a snapshot. We need a motion picture in full swing, and we got it. Look at that. Confidence to put it down the way he did too. Just belted it down.
He certainly did. The big one-hand place. Something that the coaches don't coach anymore. Maybe they should. Maybe it's something uncoachable.
Could be. A kick from the tide line comes with practice. Gee, that was close from nearly hitting the crossbar. Just went away as we see a few of the replacements about to come onto the field here at the Maury Breen Oval as well.
That looks like a referee, Pete. In any case, he might. I don't think he's going to replace Drew Tonks out in the middle. He's doing a great job. And this ball, it doesn't go 10, does it, Goddard? It goes away from him. The little leg breaks, so it's going to come to halfway. And again, they don't go the 10 metres.
Was that a referee? It looked like he was a player.
I'm talking about the man in the foreshot, mate.
Oh, I was talking about the one in the foreground. Here we go, Gareth. Here's the Indigenous side going straight through the middle. They chip, they chase, can they get it back? The 3 is after it. I don't know if he'll get there. Maybe he will. He does.
Shannon Walker.
Walker, take a bow.
That is a name synonymous with
Shane Walker.
Sevens. Sorry, the numbers are a little bit messed around here. It was actually Kyle Blackman that scored the try. I didn't think it was Shannon Walker, as he's featured throughout the Central Coast Sevens over the past couple of years.
Very impressed by their colours, though.
Oh, it's a lovely jersey, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd like to get my hands on one
I
of
wonder
those
if
too.
that's actually hand paint, like painting, you know, the...
I'd imagine.
Yeah. Very creative. Great to see. Great contrast.
Better than the circles and squares you managed to draw and colour in, Pete.
That's what they told me on play school all those years ago. They told me to put my head through the square window and I got stuck.
Oh, well, something's going to get unstuck here as the Fiji police make another break up the middle. They're certainly showing very good form lines today. 31-5 is the score as they attack the line again, Pete.
They do. They're looking for the square. They're looking for the oblong triangle. Out wide it comes now to the big Fijian flyer.
Matai goes over again, and surely he has got to be the leading try scorer at the moment.
He would be up there, that is for sure. Look at him. Loves it. He's not even huffing, and he's not even puffing.
Well, it'll certainly blow your house down, Peter, because he's that quick.
He's a dragon.
Look at this go. Matai. No one was going to get anywhere near him. Dave Green tried in vain, but just couldn't get close.
Let's see if they can convert here too, Gareth, inside the last 3 minutes of the match here. Here's the kick. It's a beauty.
Wow, the flags go up. They stay up. And so that is now 38-5. And there's still a couple of minutes remaining. And I can see this Fijian side possibly going for the record here. I think it's 55-0.
55-0, so it's 38-5. So what's that? 33 points we've got at the moment. Is that right?
No, not quite.
Here's the
17
kickoff.
points, Pete. We're looking for.
We're looking for 17 points.
Or to get to 55 in any case.
Yeah.
And here he goes again, Matai. He's shown the sideline. Goddard gets across that time and puts him out, going for the quick one as well.
What's been your highlight of the day, Gareth?
I think the Japanese women's side definitely has been the highlight, but these boys are going pretty well too. Certainly bringing it for the Central Coast Sevens.
The OB truck has left the hill.
Yeah, they've relocated to the caravan park behind us.
So here's the line out.
Picked up and thrown over the top.
Space out here. If they can put it through their hands, they're putting it along the carpets.
Hey, boys.
Caruso here with the ball. Dangerous!
Oh, look at that.
Speed, bumping, weaving. He'll need to offload. He can't. Gets it out the back door.
Yeah, Matai, he's caught there. He had to do something special.
Tanda with the football. Gareth, he'll kick, he'll chase. He needs to bend himself down, but he just gets a slap on the ear holes.
He'll knock on.
Oh, we've seen everything today. We've heard everything as well.
Oh, haven't we?
It's been a day of contrast.
It's been a day of upbeat sevens. It's been unbelievable here. Just overlooking the Joe Bishop stand. There's a couple of people leaving the ground, readying themselves for tomorrow to get here. 38-5 is the score. There's a minute remaining in this match. And we'll see Deveta taking on the New South Wales Sevens for the first time. We haven't seen the New South Wales Sevens side grace the fields here on the number one field. And here come the police side. There's space. Oh, great hands shown there. And Nadruku goes over for another try. He scored quite a few himself here today, Pete.
Yeah, we were just speaking about top try scorers of the tournament so far on day one. Well, he'd be up there, and this is why he's going to be up there with another solo try like this. Straight under the black dot he goes untouched.
Yeah, what a line it was by the player that set it up there. Just came in, drew the man, and off the hip was Nadruku and scores a relatively easy try.
So 45-5. Only 5 seconds to go. You'll hear the horn in the background.
Well, they might get to 50 here, Pete, which is what they want. Oh, that's punched forward. The hooter goes. Knocked on both ways. Referee Tonks will no doubt call full time, and yes, he does. 45-5 the score, and certainly firming his favourites for this competition now, the Fijian police side, Pete.
Yeah, you're on the money there, that's for sure.
Well, we're going to go down now soon as Katja gets another interview there. I'm sure she'll probably get one of these Indigenous players.
So our next match, actually, while we tee up our interview downstairs, is the New South Wales Sevens side. And they're going to be taking to the field up against Deveta.
Yeah, Deveta They've certainly been one of our favourites this year. We're just waiting on Catcher down there to get all our exclusives.
But look at the
He's doing a great
atmosphere
job.
around this ground. Everybody's bopping away to the music.
Well, the ground's held up well,
It
as
has.
well as we saw the shot there.
It's very green, isn't it?
Well, we're going to go down now to Catcher on the sideline. What do you got for us down there, Catcher?
Well, funny enough, we're here with Shannon Walker. So how is this game coming up against Police, a tough Police team?
Yeah, it was pretty tough. We've got just got a few of the boys here training together, and they gave me a call up to come down for a game. So yeah, it's tough competition when you don't train. And have a good training run together. But yeah, no, they're a good outfit, and I'm sure they'll go a long way in the tournament.
And what does it mean for the Indigenous community and Lloydie's doing such a good job at giving the exposure to the team?
Yeah, that's definitely. Well, the game's sort of built for the Indigenous boys there if they just put their minds to it. I think the program's grown. I was playing 2 years ago, and yeah, we had a good sort of hit out there in Nationals, and looking forward to going to this one in this year. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the program's grown in that sense.
And you've been to Central Coast Sevens a few times now, so what's your sort of how do you feel about
this is the first time I come and it's been raining, which is, they say it's God's country here, but I don't know about today. But yeah, no, the tournament's been really strong every time I've been here. I was fortunate enough to win it a couple of years ago, so that was really good performance then from the Aussie team. But yeah, no, it's a pretty good circuit up here. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic, and good luck in the games tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Have a good one,
Well, thanks a lot for Catcher. Very well done getting everything for us down there. And that was Shannon Walker, of course, former member of the Australian Sevens side. And he's done a great job there with Catcher down there on the sideline, Pete. And we've just got a bit of a break in play waiting for Deveta to come to the field. And, of course, the New South Wales Waratahs men as well. This should be an interesting matchup. I'm interested to see this New South Wales side. It's not a new program, but they've got a couple of players in there from all over the state. They've really tried to get this program going in readiness for the potential national tournament or national 7 series that may be coming up. And, of course, the Central Coast Sevens, a big part of that too.
Yeah, they definitely are. And, as we said all day, the pathways that can come of rugby is just fantastic in Australia at the moment. And doesn't matter who you are or where you are, there's a lot of talent scouts out and around here. And no doubt that's a testament here for the weekend's action as well. You never know who's watching you on the field, do you, Gareth? And wouldn't it be great, if you got a phone call throughout the week and say, hey, I came and watched you on the weekend. You were great. We're going to give you a crack at my club. I mean, dreams, I guess, can come true at tournaments like this.
Yeah, certainly can, and none more so than the Central Coast Sevens, of course, brought to you by the Newcastle University, the University of Newcastle, Destination New South Wales. Get to their website, visit newsouthwales.com, and, of course, the Central Coast Council. We've thrown up a couple of potential new names for them today.
Yeah, that's
Nothing's really taken, has it?
Well, I mean, the University of Newcastle, let's just stop and think about it for a second. I mean, it's a world-class institution. I mean, they've had a strong commitment, I guess, to excellence in teaching, resources, research. And the thing is, too, they're ranked in the top 250 universities around the world. I think they offer over 18 programs in areas of, science, IT, business, commerce. What else can we throw in there?
Law.
Health, law, arts, media,
Anything, childcare, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Finger painting.
Pie-making skills. If you want to learn it, you get to the UON.
They'll teach you anything out there. And, of course, I learned a lot of life lessons in my time going to the University of Newcastle, one being always go to class.
Yeah? Well, there you go.
Spent a bit too much time probably in the bar on the hill listening to all the great bands. Of course, the campus life at Newcastle University is probably one of the best lives you'll get anywhere in Australia at any university.
Have you actually been taking your show to the bar on the hill? I reckon you should take it there.
I performed there a couple of times, yes.
How'd it go?
Unbelievable. One of the best audiences you'll ever get.
Yeah.
From some of the best people.
Exactly. So that's it, the UON. So log on to newcastle.edu.au if you want to enrol in a 2017 program.
Well, there's a bit of delay here with these two sides coming out. There's a minute before their schedules to come on. And the boys from New South Wales, the New South Wales Waratahs, the young lads coming forward, the men's side taking on Deveta. The boys from Fiji.
The boys from Fiji, not too far away, Gareth. But also today, the Cox play. Have we got any results coming in from Go Lucy? What's happening there?
Lucia Valentina.
Yeah.
Well, it's come in quite a bit for our viewers out there that are interested in it all. It certainly has come in with the wet playing havoc down there. Hartnell's blown out to $5. Winks is firmed at $1.75. But Lucia Valentina, it was paying about 30s yesterday. It's down to $17. Loves the wet. There's my tip for everyone out there listening on Bar TV today.
Well, we're only 2 minutes away from the Cox plate, and I understand Daryl Summers is singing the national anthem today down there at...
Gee, help us all.
Hey, it's Saturday. Blast from the past, which is great.
I thought the Rugby League Grand Final talent was pretty poor this year, but Daryl Summers singing the national anthem, wow, they've certainly won it there.
So, just for everyone, the Cox plate's about to go.
It's about to jump.
It's about to jump.
So stay on your Bar TV Sports, and of course it's one of the premier races in Australia. As we look now, as we said, the New South Wales Waratahs side.
Just quickly,
the boys in blue.
Winks, give it a chance.
Oh, it's $1.75 favourite.
It's a favourite. Load up.
It's half a chance, Pete.
All right.
I'm going to lay it.
You're going to lay it? Okay. There's just been a bet, actually, for $25,000.
Well, let's get back to the action here.
Not on
we
this
don't
one.
want to tell our audience, our vices, Peter, as this looks like it's going to be a good day out for the New South Wales Waratahs side as they spread the ball from coast to coast early on.
They spread it coast to coast, all right. That's the eastern side as the sun peeks its head through the clouds
For
here.
the first time today, really, we've seen
Yeah.
beautiful sunshine, but the clouds are still grey. Oh, the dummy, the show and go. Deveta. Oh, the pass is held up nicely in the end there for Lokatui. Looking for numbers, and they go wide. Plenty to do here, and there's plenty of space out there. Plenty of pace as well, shown by Lockie Cray as the ball comes back in, but he's put a foot out in touch, Pete.
Yeah, he sure did there. So, if you're in the area, folks, get down here tomorrow for the last day. Gets underway at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, and that will be a massive day of rugby. And, you know, it's just a fantastic thing to be able to have a tournament of this stature here on the Central Coast, supported by Destination New South Wales in conjunction with all the other sponsors as we've spoken about throughout the day, and Bar TV, also the broadcast partner, as we have been for the last 3 seasons here on the Central Coast Sevens here out of Moree Breen Oval. So I hope our association will continue for a long more time, years to come, that is for sure. So there's a stoppage in play here. We've got a few of the trainers on the field, and we'll be back underway as quickly as they can come to the sideline.
Yeah, they don't really blow time off here either, so this is in New South Wales' favour, I believe, because Deveta, they can hurt you from anywhere on the field. And they look to get the ball in from the line-out, and that's a well-worked set piece. In the shorter format of the game, it's always hard to get them right, and Deveta have been getting them right all day, trying to get around the outside. And counter-rucking there, the New South Wales side, very well done. So they come up with it. And Francis Cullimore is doing a great job with this New South Wales Waratahs men's side.
If you do get the chance to come down tomorrow, if you're watching or listening to us around the grounds right now, there's a whole lot of merchandise in and around the shops here in the tent. So make sure you might pick up a hoodie or a bucket hat. There's singlets and T-shirts as well. So get involved in the action off the field as well and support the merchandise stores and
If I don't get myself a bucket hat by close of play tomorrow, Pete, I haven't done anything right. And here come the Waratahs, opening up some space. Trying the round the corner pass, but the big hands by the big men from Deveta are equal to it. And they kick the ball downfield, getting rid of it, relieving some pressure. The chase isn't quite there. They'll realign, though. Playing safely, Deveta, as they wait for their chasers to come through. As to New South Wales, they just stopped the play there. So they've lost a whole heap of ground there, the New South Wales Waratahs, but it might not matter. Ankle tap from behind there. Unlucky. Kapini Belcher, ankle tapped, knocking the ball on, Pete.
Yeah, it was unfortunate there for the Waratahs. As we were about to roll the replay and have a look at that ankle tapping effort, which was absolutely
the ankle tap came out just as he threw the head back. I thought he was going to really go up a gear then, and he looked as though he was warming up. And look at it here. He winds the head back and thought he was away.
Well, mate, if he didn't take that ankle tap, there could have been a good chance of a try out the other end of the park, couldn't there?
100%. So here come Deveta attacking now. Halfway. They're dangerous from anywhere. There's the palm. There's the danger. Inside ball, 22. Good scrambling by the Waratahs side.
Who wants to get to it? They pick it up and collect it. They're going to shift it. Shift it through the middle of the field. The support play was there, but they decided to take the tackle and go into the ground. So it's the sun beaming down here. Deveta throwing it around.
That is a great ball. Great vision thrown there. Could have gone outside. Waits for the man to come. As they go towards the line now, the Waratahs side adjusting. There's a bit of a mismatch over there. The inside ball. And that is a very good try again for Deveta, for that man, Jerry Tuay.
Yeah, Jerry, what can he do?
What can't he do?
Well, what can he do? What can't he do? I can tell you what he can do. He can score tries, just like he's about to do here, Gareth, from this support play. Here we go. Look, pop the ball up off the ground, and over he went.
Well, you don't win a gold medal for nothing.
No.
And that just shows right there why.
There he is. Deserves his drink of water with that try. After, 6 minutes, it's 5 points to 0 on the Destination New South Wales scoreboard. And he's just coming back to his trainer now as we stand by for the kick.
Odd kicking style there, really, wasn't it? But he gets it high, and it's waved away.
Yeah.
So, Deveta getting points. It took him 5 minutes to get there. But now, the New South Wales 7 side, they're not out of it yet. But they'll need to score in the space of a minute if they're going to come into the second half with any sort of confidence, Pete. So here it comes. It's a high one.
A lot of hanging time up there. It's on the ground.
Trying to barge his way over there, Pete.
Like at the human bulldozer.
Gary Bouts it was.
So they're going to spin it again. They've tried to come out here last time. Didn't quite pay off for them.
Lockie Cray just didn't have enough skills there to keep the ball, but who's got the skills? What about that? No look on the inside flick. Deveta showing all the skills at the moment.
They're just basketballing the pass over the top, aren't they? Here they go again. Stepping, weaving, jinking. Where's the support? The support's coming. Is there going to be a try?
He's pulled up short.
Is.
He pops the ball, and again, they go over for another try, and it's that man, 2A, to score another one.
2A.
He got 2A.
He did get 2A. Exactly. Well, let's have a look at this one again on the instant replay, and check this out. We thought the big man here was going to get there. He couldn't quite get there, but he's done exceptionally well for a big man to roll over and pop the pass. Yeah.
Domalali, certainly.
Well done.
He is an Olympic champion. For that very reason, he's hard to put down.
There he is.
As is the man who linked up with Jerry 2A. He scores a very good try.
The kick unsuccessful. So that's half time. The siren's gone. It's 10-0.
Yeah, it's 10-0. They're in huddles, Pete.
Yeah, that's
Let's
half time, isn't it? Does that mean
Don't
half
drift
time?
off.
I've only got one game to go.
One more game today, and it's been a massive day of sevens, of course, an even bigger day here tomorrow at Wyong at Morrie Breen Field with the finals day upon us. And it's always a great day, big crowds, and of course the after-match function at Wyong Leagues Club. It should be an absolute beauty.
You going to head over to that tomorrow, mate?
I might just do that, Pete.
Yeah. Why not?
Sleep on the floor there, maybe. They have me.
They will
garage
have you.
over there. I might sleep in the car at the front.
I like this. This is a nice touch with what they bring to the to any rugby match.
Yeah, we see it all around the world now.
Yeah.
The huddle and the hands in. And we see the Waratahs here. He's trying to get it going himself, and yeah, they get it going as well. There's a couple of guys not interested. But in any case, Sam Fogarty was one of them coming off the field there, the young kid from Newcastle.
We'll name and shame him. But yeah,
hailing from Morisset originally, found his feet at Merewether Carlton, and certainly one of the best players in that competition up there, and finds himself in this New South Wales side. The young boy from Morisset. It's a story in itself. We've got a couple of guys from Dora Creek in our production crew.
A Wobber. Tyres Hill.
Fassy Fern.
Yeah.
All stations. And here we go. The kick.
Wollongong.
To the man. He almost drops it there, Domalali, and he ends up getting the ball as they step through, jink through. Here he is again getting involved, just showing his skills, and he's a big man. As they go wide, just the hands and the footwork, and it's just sublime, and it's a real treat to watch this Deveta side open up. Around the back, over the top. What was that? I don't know what to call it, but I think I'm going to call this a try. What a tackle, Pete.
It was a try-saving tackle. He was
New
home
South
and
Wales
hosed.
Waratahs, their defence keeping them in this match.
Great defence, wasn't it, Gareth?
Wow, the boys in blue from the Waratahs men's side.
Check this out. Look at that pass over the top of the head.
That is some skill right there. And I thought he was away. I thought he was going to go all the way there. Yavala, he scored a few tries so far in the tournament. But the pace shown by the Waratahs, that's impressive.
I want to look at this. Let's see if we can slow this pass over the top there. Look at that.
What?
How good's that?
Well done to our production crew on Bar TV Sports. Getting all the action.
Here they go. Here's the action. We'll need to capture this. And they'll need to capture him. Out the back it comes for the Waratahs. Keeping it alive. That's the halfway line. They're trying to cause a little bit of havoc in. Up the middle.
Wasn't the best pass in field. They'll have to reset here. Still going. The little goose step. I like that too. Kepu Lokatui.
I like the name too. Kepu Lokatui.
Yeah, we've seen him in the 20s program over the last couple of years.
Here's our man. What can he deliver this time? Can he flick it over the head this time? No, he's just going to...
Well, it's taken him 3 to get him down close to halfway, Pete. And that's no mean feat in the game of sevens.
That good shot.
Picked up and nicely taken. Stolen there. Well done to Techie.
So New South Wales here. Here's a chance out wide. Let's put the foot down and go for the line. And that's exactly what they're going to be able to achieve. Jail goes in all the way underneath the post.
Yes, Senia Wanawana. What a try out wide. He's been looming. We know he's the quick man out there.
And there he is. That's why he's the quickest man, because we're about to see why he got the try. Again on the replay, just striding out. Nobody within cooey of getting him. Look at this. It started on the halfway line, and it ended up finishing right underneath the black dot. And there's the conversion as we come back to the live shot. But let's just stick with this. And there he is there now, the man on screen.
As they come back, Techie comes back after the kick, of course. Been in and around sevens for quite some time, adding some good experience to this youngish New South Wales Waratahs side. Turning boys into men, Pete. As that ball comes up. Oh, nice little ball around the side. Has he got the pace? No, that's a great covering tackle as he takes him over the sideline. Josh Petero really doing the work there, cutting off a certain try, Pete.
Definitely was. The referee here just going over here to have a chat with his touchy.
You're not happy with something.
Line out coming up. Be thrown in by the Waratahs. There's our man with the whistle, the man in charge of this one. There's the line out.
Oh, it's a poor line out, really. You've got to convert those ones, but they don't, the Waratahs. So now Deveta with a chance to go further ahead on the scoreboard. Jinking run there across field. As they come up, Yavala puts it through. He's taken out, he's stayed down, but there was nothing in it, really. Oh, flick past to Techie. Techie goes back on the inside. There's space in abundance, but he hasn't got any support there. And taken around the ankles, around the hips. Now, they're going to have to go wide. They do. Here's Sam Fogarty. He sends the ball on. Here's the try scorer. Can't get the arm free. Yes, he can. So now they'll set up the play. Good structured play here by the Waratahs. Here's Techie. Finds a bit of a gap. Gets the palm away. And Techie will score.
Oh, great try by the New South Wales Waratahs. He doesn't want to put the ball down. He's just trying to chew down the clock, telling them to come and get him. But the Waratahs, let's have a look at this on the replay. Another spectacular individual try.
Oh, wasn't it what? Techie. He had plenty to do. He had to get the big palm out against the veteran there in Gollings. And he does it. And he scores. And look at him just playing with the clock. Toying with time.
And looks like somebody's been toying with his hair. Look at the braids in that. That's outstanding. Well done on that effort.
Outstanding headpiece work there.
Yeah. So back for the Waratahs here. To get us back underway, we've got 1 minute left.
14-10.
On Destination New South Wales scoreboard. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage today. It's been a mammoth production by our Bar TV sports production team. Cameras situated right across the ground. Vision switches, producers, audio assistants, floor managers, lineup producers, technical managers. The list just goes on and on and on. I could just name 200 off the top of my head, Gareth.
Yeah, big production here, Peter. And I'll tell you what, let's not forget Catcher down on the
Catcher,
touchline.
our sideline eye.
She's been doing a great job. Oh, Fogarty gets up there. Sorry to cut you off, Peter. Oh, the ball gets dropped. It says goes backwards. I don't know about that. It's Techie. He certainly has added a bit of explosion here as the ball bounces off the turf. They look to set it up. Here's Fogarty. Fogarty straightens up. Fogarty gets taken around the ankles, pops the pass. Not desperation stuff here, but the Waratahs side, they're in front. They're chewing up the clock. The dummy's thrown. Oh, he cuts them up, and he's taken down. There's trouble if they go towards the right. They do, and that is a try to Kiwi Kapini Belcher.
Unafraid there by the Waratahs. Gutsy, dazzling, and how good was that? Taking control.
What, the bench is jubilant. That is the upset of the day. I'll say it right here. Deveta, the out-and-out favourites. We've been saying it all day, along with the police. And the New South Wales Waratahs caused the upset. And that is the upset of the day, going along with the Australian side getting beat in the first match of the day.
Yeah, put it down. We've seen a few upsets today. And now here's the opportunity to convert the try. Well, that doesn't have the distance to be able to go anywhere near the post. So
the score ends up 19-10, Pete.
19-10. And we've only got one game left on the card, Gareth, which will be coming up any minute now, featuring the Hideaway Hurricanes taking on Sydney University in our last match of day one here on Field 1. Don't forget, we're on air tomorrow, but let's go downstairs. Here's for a chat downstairs with our lady on the ground doing an outstanding job.
So
stoked, really stoked.
And this year you've kick-started the Sevens program to achieve the Nationals.
Yeah, so we're building for the Nationals, and one of the biggest comps was the CC7s, so we wanted to make sure we come in here and be quite successful with such a young team, and really we wanted to try and build in youth and a lot of new players for the Sevens format, similar to what they do with Australian rugby. Yeah.
Thank you very much, and well done.
Cheers.
So here we go for our last match, and they're about to jump in the Cox plate as well. As we see now, the kick going downfield towards the southern end of the field, and now they're coming up with an absolute pearler of a pickup. Unfortunately, the pass has let them astray in the end.
Yeah, Sydney University here. They've got a very good program, not just in the Sevens format, but of course making the grand final, getting defeated by North Sydney in the Shoot Shield grand final. But they were minor premiers. And of course a couple of those players playing tonight in the Buildcorp NRC grand final. Of course part of that Country Eagles setup.
Yeah, it's a big day of rugby across Australia. The NRC grand final. What a tournament it's been over the last 3 or 4 years. As we see now, a little bit of rain coming down here at Murray Breen Oval as well. But that's not going to worry them. They love to have a bit of fun in the rain this side, I can tell you that, and that's exactly what they're about to do. And they love to take on attacking teams head on, don't they, Gareth? And they're not about to finish it yet because they want to try, and I'll tell you what, they might just get one. Going all the way is their big number 9, a gold medalist, Jasser Varenko. He's in. It's 5-0 here on the Bar TV Sports scoreboard.
Yeah, Jasser Varenko, certainly the gold medalist, and he streaked away there. Look at him go. The big knee strapped up, causing no hindrance whatsoever.
There he is, the man on your screen now, the try scorer.
You can see the rain coming down too. The clouds certainly have got dark here.
We might be able to get a wide shot of this huge, like a giant, get this, that one. Look at that.
Yeah, certainly the light is affected, and Pete Jolly pulling the strings up here for Bar TV. Gee, they may as well call you the violinist, Pete, such as your skill. The puppeteer, Pete Jolly.
Now I know what button A does. Takes the wide shot of the clouds. But anyway, let's get back to the action here. The side with the ball down by 5 is the huge. I reckon we're going to get an absolute, maybe a little hail in the area too. It looks like one of those clouds that could bring the unknown. As we come back to the scrum here, Gareth, 5-0. Let's see if we can get another wide shot of that cloud. It is closing in here. The pitches are not doing the, here we go. Very dark here as we see the winner of the Cox Plate coming up for 2016 as well.
Yeah, Winks.
Winks.
Streaked away by about 8 lengths.
Yeah, the favourites got up.
What a run, but in any case, let's get back to the runners out here on the field as they streak up the middle.
Yes, they do streak up the middle just like Winks in the Cox Plate. This time, though, there's a few horses around, though. They've got to weave in and away. They've got the goal line in front of them. Can they do it? Winks did it, and I'll tell you what, he's winking all the way to the line. The big number 5, it's Taya. Oh, he knows how to score.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes all right.
Yeah. He's under the post, and what a try in the last match of the game. It may well be the most exciting as the ball comes in on the inside. They're stepping, they're weaving. Look at that ball shown. He's gone. He does it all himself in the end and scores a good try.
Yeah, great try. There he is on screen right now. Here's the kick. It looked okay. He sailed that one between the crossbar. So it's 10 points to 0 now. 12-0, 3 minutes out. But there he is again, the try scorer. Loves it. Loves playing rugby. That's why he's here, out with his mates. Back underway here at Murray Breen Oval.
Oh, letting the ball bounce there, the Sydney University side. But the gap opens up. So does the defence come across. And they've run out of room on the sideline there. They've stretched them. Look for the long pass there, and again dancing with that touchline. Little kick comes through, but the Hurricanes, they're well up to it, well versed, and the sweeper comes across and cuts off the try.
So a huge day. Thanks for everybody for tuning in today. Massive numbers across the world. As we said, the morning program beat our ratings record, which was set last year. We have smashed it this year in excess of, what are the numbers, Gareth? In excess of near tens of thousands. So Winks has won, and who came second in the...
Hartnell got second, and
Yankee
Yankee
Rose
came third, carrying no weight whatsoever.
Did you have any of those?
Had them all in my trifecta.
Are we going out for dinner tonight?
Maybe. I think it was only 40% though.
That's okay, it only paid 20 million. How much did it pay?
Probably about $20. I've probably lost money on it, Pete.
Happy meal. Happy meal. Junior Burger cut in 5, so the production team. So we'll be on air tomorrow, 10 a.m.
I think it's a 9:30 start tomorrow.
9:30 start, is it? All right, well, we'll be on air at 9:30. It's been a long
day here today, but this match certainly heating up here, Pete.
Certainly is heating up. Down the touchline they come, in and away, over the halfway line, inside the 30, over the 22. Nobody's going to get the big fella from there. And that is how you score a Central Coast 7s try, if you've ever seen one.
Yes, certainly. What a try there. Coming up. Trumps in the end. They've let the ball sing all day, all tournament. And it's been great here at the Central Coast 7s, of course, brought to you by Newcastle University, Destination New South Wales, and the Central Coast Council. Canizio Cup, part of the draw's been amazing to watch the women's play, and of course the prize money parity. Everyone's on level pegging here at Central Coast, and Wyong, they go deep, finding a bit of space. They come across the Sydney University side and just looking, searching, scheming for something here. The whistle blows. It's a handoff. There's support on the outside. They go inside. They'll have to look outside. They're still alive, though. The flick pass inside, and that's a penalty. So he blows the whistle. I thought advantage could have been played there. But the Sevens, they don't tend to use the quick advantage. As it comes up, there's an overlap. There's support, but they can't get across with this Hurricane side really doing well. In desperation in defence, and that's going to be half-time here. Quick tap taken again. I thought he blew half-time. They're going to be close, and that's a try. Nice work there to McCalman.
Yeah, right on the stroke of half-time, as you mentioned there, Gary. 17 points to 5. And, well, that's how you do it in our last match. Never say die. Look at this, right to the final whistle at half-time. Again, it's been the story of the day, just supporting your ball carrier, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to come off that close to the line. There's the kick, it just goes across the face of the goal. So no change here, 17 points to 5, and there's the try scorer on your screen right now. So just having a look at the draw for tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. We've got the junior boys 7s, and then the start at 10 a.m.
Yeah, we'll be starting at 10 a.m. then, the junior. So I'd get down and support them. It won't be live on Bar TV, but certainly we've seen a couple of junior boys and junior women's sides play here today, and they've been stock full of talent as we go now to halfway. It's going to be a big day with the grand final, Pete. With the big one.
Yeah, the boot division, then we go all the way down into the boot finals, the ball finals at 4 o'clock. Then we have 40 minutes off, then we go into the playoff for 3rd and 4th, and then the big one, the cup finals. The first one at 5:20 and then at 5:40. So don't go anywhere. Bar TV Sports will have the entire tournament covered from 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Finals day here at the Central Coast 7s. And let us know what you think of the tournament. Everyone as well. Hashtag CC7s. Hit us up on Twitter, social media. Hashtag Bar TV Sports as well. Hashtag Gareth Wozick, Peter Jolly. Let us know what you think of the coverage. And we'll be back here tomorrow from 10 a.m. So 7 minutes down, 7 minutes to go, 17-5. We're underway. The final half on day one from field one from the tournament of 2016. It's been a huge day. We'd like to thank everybody for their involvement from the sides that have come from right around the world to be here today at the Central Coast. It doesn't come easy, and we might even see a try that may not come easy in the end. He'll pin the ears back. Can he get there?
Oh, he doesn't get there, Pete. He's close. He rolled.
Close.
Oh, is he? Blown the penalty there. Yes, he has. So now the Hideaway side, the Hurricanes, looking to put some points on the board. Oh, stepping. That's great work, great footwork. It's elusive stuff on their own try line. The Hideaway Hurricanes, oh, they go for the kick. This is a turn-up for the Books, and the ball might just sit up here, Peter. Oh, yes, it does. And that is going to be a runaway try. Looks like he may have almost blown the hamstring as I almost blow my voice box. What a try.
Well, you speak about runaway trains like the XPT through Fassifern and Morissette. Well, we're not too far away from Fassifern, let alone Morissette, and he has just stolen the XPT's thunder.
Well, he didn't go all stations, did he? He went straight through. All stations, Wyong to Newcastle.
There's the stations, the lines of the stations. He didn't want to get off the train. He just wanted to go full stop right through to the Wickham interchange, which is going to be built next year. But this year he'll be getting off at Hamilton.
Or Broadmeadow if you want a better taxi service. We go now. We won't bore our viewers out there with the mundane ramblings of the train talk as we go back to the rugby. It goes to the 22. The ball goes wide. It's been a big day here on Bar TV Sports, but it's not bigger than the Sydney University Rugby Club. One of the oldest clubs in Australia. Oh, the intercept's been thrown. Close the gate as Rapati. Lubba scores a try.
There he is, the man on the screen. The huge bandage around his head. You can't miss him as we look at the replay here. They were just throwing it around, but who was there? The bandage man. That's what we'd call him now. Over he goes.
Lubba, mate.
That's what he... Give me it again.
Or
Lubba.
as Shaggy would say, Mr. Lubba.
There he is, Mr. Lubba. He's even got supporting elbow wrist, mate. He's got the complete package. Let's see if his player can knock over this. No, he can't.
He's obviously been able to see Kinesio doing a great job over there. Strapping, massaging, just giving the players a full workout, looking after them, getting the players ready for tomorrow.
How's your back, Gareth?
Full service over there.
You want a full? Do you want a full service? There's plenty of people around here that might give you one. There's plenty.
Let's get back to the action, Pete Jolly, before you go off on another tangent. Here for the 25th time today. As we go now, the Hurricanes, they're throwing the ball around. Oh, look at that. Cuts them up the middle. And this is going to be another try to Nagamu.
Yeah, Nagamu. Brilliant stuff. There he is. I think he came for a service before he got that try. He just blitzed them to shreds again. He's not running on an oil tank that's low. They've put some gas in his petrol tank, and that's why. Look at this. It started from 40 metres out. The big don't argue. He was running on full gas. Super gas. Under the post he goes.
He certainly was, Pete. And, of course, getting the game with our major partner, our broadcast partner, Top Better. Ruining the fact that Wick's won today, but in any case, tournament betting is at its finest, and here we go now, down to the 22. The ball bounces off the chest, but he regathers the Sydney University player, and that's a penalty. There's a few minutes remaining. The ball gets tapped wide, and they go back towards the left, towards the Kinesio tent. Now, looking for options, playing with their opposition. It's 36-5. They haven't got time. They need to get some points on the board. One of the premier clubs in the New South Wales Shoot Shield competition.
Yeah, Sydney University, what a club. Rugby side they are. Oh, hold on, here's a chance. They're going to scoot away.
The head goes back, and that is another try there to Uli Vuba.
Uli Vuba, let's get a camera shot on Uli Vuba. There he is right there. Loves his time out in the sun here.
Loves his time in Wyong, as we do, every single one of us here today.
And what a fantastic way, if that is the last try of the match, to see here on the first day of the tournament.
The head went back, didn't it? He streaked away toward the try line and made no mistake and tries to convert the try. It's off the side of the boot. The ball boy can't catch it. The flag stayed down, so the score remains 41-5.
With 1 minute to go. So I hope you've enjoyed the day today, everyone. Sensational effort by everybody involved. And I'll tell you what, that was a sensational effort to put that onto the toe. Didn't quite go Sydney University's way. Comes back away now to Hideaway, and they're trying to exploit it outside their own 22. They're coming up towards the halfway line, but now they're going to go back to their own 22 to go up towards the halfway line. Look at them go. We thought the last try might have been shut the gate and curtains. Well, it ain't shut the gate and curtains then. Open the curtains, because we want to see another sizzler, and we've seen it.
We certainly have, Pete Jolly. And Nagamu, he scores another try. I love the balance, I love the running, and I love the curtains open analogy, Pete.
Do you? And I love the dazzling performance. He's a leader, he's unafraid. Have you ever seen a try, Gareth Wozek, when they're attacking probably 40 metres out from their own goal line, then the bloke sends it back up to the 22 to go another 80 metres or 78 metres back the other way. Impressive stuff.
I've seen it a couple of times, Pete, but none better than that one. That was one of the best tries you'll see in tournament history and in sevens worldwide. Keep your ears open for Rocio Nagamu, because he is an out-and-out classy player. That ends the day today. 46-5 is the final score for the Hurricanes, and it's been great being up here with you, Peter Jolly. Thanks to the sponsors, the University of Newcastle, Destinations New South Wales, Central Coast Council, Kinesio, and of course BLK as well.
Okay, Gareth, back to you, mate. Always enjoy our time in the box. We have a bit of fun.
Oh, it's one of the best days of the year.
You know, we should be doing more of it, but this is unbelievable. 46-5. We'll be back on air tomorrow from 10 o'clock from Morrie Breen Oval. It's finals day here in the Central Coast Sevens. Until then, on behalf of the entire Bar TV Sports Network, good night for now. We'll see you at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Sorry for the commentary. Hello, Yasa. So, how's it playing Central Coast Sevens?
Yes, good to be back in Central Coast Sevens. The boys have been doing well for the past few games. Today is the last game against the Sydney Uni. Yes, pretty looking forward for the next tournament on tomorrow.
And this is your first big tournament after the Olympics, so is it good to...
Yeah. Yes, this is one of my big tournaments after the Olympic. On my game time again, on the day off, a longer day off after the Olympic, trying to go back on my fitness and looking forward for the series come this year.
So you're looking forward to Dubai to start it all over again?
Yes, I'm looking forward for the Dubai for December 2nd. Thank you.
So that's it from day one from Central Coast Sevens, and I'll see you all tomorrow.